Live. Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, in the building with my co-host, Ryan Catchings.
Big facts. Excited about one of my favorites tonight. So this is going to be an excellent show. But shout out to all initiates joining us. Shout out to Couture Leotard. She said, I'm so excited. Shout out to BB. She says, this is funny. Y'all really putting out content. Didn't think y'all was going to be live tonight. I'll try to come by.
Yeah.
Who's coming by?
Is a fact. Oh, one of our frequent flyer listeners here. Big shout out to BB.
Okay.
Absolutely. We doing it here with one of y'all favorites. If you a real initiate, y'all know this guest here because this ain't her first time. This ain't her second time. It ain't even the third, y'all.
Right.
She
How
been on the
many times
platform.
I think this is 4
What
or
is
5.
this?
4 or
This
5.
got to be either 4 or 5.
Yeah, at least 4.
Okay. Hallelujah. We back.
Yeah, we back.
We
back.
are back in the building with Dr. Spirit. Y'all go ahead and show some love in the chat. And let me tell y'all, we really pushing for this one here, y'all. Because my man, believe it or not, Ryan pushing through, but Ryan is actually not feeling well. He was kind of down all day. I was like, you sure?
He
We
did.
shooting today? And Ryan said, we got to get the show in for y'all. So everybody drop Get Better in the chat for Ryan.
Appreciate y'all. You know, I
Please.
just never have called the show because of, being ill. But
It's not contagious though.
no. We good.
Not gonna be able to do
I think it's just some bad. I think I ate too many cookies this past weekend. I think it kind of
Yeah, hopefully that's
lowered
what
my
it
immune
is.
system.
That's bad.
Get
for
Dr.
you.
Spirit a mask. Just in case.
GLP-1 and all
We
that.
good, I promise
Come on
y'all.
now. Yes. Come on.
I promise.
But let me tell y'all, we got a big, powerful episode in here. Y'all already seeing trauma keeping you single. So y'all
Right.
better go ahead and get strapped and ready. Before we get started, I got to let you guys know the cohort is almost here, y'all. Me and Ryan are taking on 10 creators. Y'all been asking us all year. We've been saying no. Now we saying yes. All right. So if you got a channel, you want to take it to the next level, we going to literally put y'all on game, right? We are scientists, all right, when it comes to content creation and how you actually grow these platforms. So go ahead, fill out the application if you want to apply, and our team will reach out to you if you qualify. So go ahead and take advantage of that here today. Biggest thing we got for y'all. But I'm excited about this show. I don't even want
Are you?
I want to get it.
Yeah.
We got a big conversation plan for you, Dr. Spirit.
Oh, okay. Well, I like it. And I mean, like, explain to them the way it works and all of that. So, this is not like rehearsed. This is not like I know the show. I'm just coming to see what needs to be done.
I be
So,
trying to actually help Dr. Spirit get prepped for the show.
That's not
And
help.
she just be like, stop.
yeah,
Right.
that's
Stop.
not help.
Don't tell me anything. Just let me show up and do my thing.
Yeah. I mean, now, and what a lot of people don't recognize, because sometimes that can be frustrating for other people, because if I start talking about something and they go, she don't know these people, she doesn't know what they're talking about. Yeah, it's supposed to work like that, because I don't want someone else's perspectives of someone else's problems. I want to hear it how they're experiencing it, so I can meet them where they are, so that they can make the choices that they need, unbiased, unfiltered, unbeknownst to everyone else's opinions.
There you go.
Right, there's a reason.
I'm excited about that because you actually inspired us when we did. Because I think that was the last time we sat down with you. Was for Free Advice Fridays.
No, it wasn't. It was the Soul Tie series.
That was Soul Tie series?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But Free Advice Fridays is really what spawned Teach the Game Thursdays.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Teach
so-
the game Thursday?
Teach the Game
Oh,
Thursdays.
yeah.
Come
yeah.
on,
Absolutely.
So y'all been, y'all been keeping up with us for the past few Thursdays. We still switching things up just to make sure we get Teach the Game right for y'all. So let me drop the rules real quick. And shout out to all the initiatives in the chat. Go ahead and drop Teach if you're ready for the show tonight. But Teach the Game is for anybody who wants clarity in relationships. Phone lines are literally open all night. So all you got to do is click the link in the bio or the description. What's the chat,
Yep.
and which I pinned to the top, which you can get in. If you got a question, confession, situation, dilemma, any of those things, myself, Tyshawn, and Dr. Spear be able to hold you down. And of course, you can join however you want. It was a big deal with people saying, hey, I can't be 100%, candid unless I come on anonymous. So yes,
Yeah,
you
I
can
get that.
absolutely come on anonymous.
Yes, you can.
You can. And for whatever reason you can't join tonight, guys, all you got to do is fill out the form, Teach the Game Thursdays submission form, which is super easy. And of course, some people are even a little apprehensive about coming on even anonymously.
Yeah.
And so we did this last time with Dr. Spirit, which we'll continue to do. You drop your super chat, whatever question, concern that you got, dilemma, whatever, and we'll make sure we address those during the, after somebody comes off the stage.
There you go.
Yeah.
My heart is full right now.
Okay,
As I'm
good.
listening to you guys, this is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah. I like that. You was
Yes.
breaking folks down last time. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
all the time, really.
And it was actually around this time last year because
Was it?
we actually framed the show around family drama around the holidays because
Oh,
you was going to
okay.
be around family for Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and them call-ins really went in.
Them in-laws be outlaws.
Them in-laws be outlaws, but see,
You got to get your mind right for it.
Right.
we going to change it up today because right now we also moving into cuffing season a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
little tricky when we cuffing up the wrong folk, we cuffing up nobody, you know, and things get a little crazy.
Getting in them starter marriages and everything else because you
Oof.
ain't doing it the right way.
Hold on. There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Now-
is that what you call it? The start of marriage?
A starter marriage, yeah. I
Shacking
try to
up?
teach people how to avoid a starter marriage. No, that's a homosexual. Now, when you're shacking, well, see, we jumping all the way.
Okay,
in.
okay. We're going to slow it
Yeah,
down then.
we've been addressing homosexuals.
Okay.
That happens.
Yes.
But this is where I want to start here because I was inspired by a lot of the conversations I hear. You know, the voices in dating are getting louder and louder on social media and online, and in particular, especially when you listen to the men shows, especially on podcasts.
Yeah, because men won't go to therapy; they just get a podcast.
That's
and
what-
then
yeah,
they
that's
just
what we
go,
do,
"Y'all
right?
Yeah, that's
Go
the
bleed
solution.
on
It worked
everybody.
for me and Ryan.
Bleed
It worked
on
for me and
everybody
Ryan.
like experts. Okay, I got you. I got
So,
you.
a big thing I hear that, you know, a group of women that get attacked is our audience, actually, black women. Because black women, in particular in this podcast I was watching, it was communicated that they are the least likely group in America to be married. And a lot of these men are pointing to the stereotypes and why that's the case. So they're too aggressive, they're too independent, they're too combative, they're too masculine. Now they pull up the data that about 50% of black women are never married compared to white and Asian women. I think when I looked at it, it was actually fewer than 33% of black women are married compared to like 57% white, 63% Asian. I think that's from the Pew. So I did look at that. I want to start hearing conversation. Is there truth in what's being said, or is that all a lie?
Well, I won't say it's a lie, but it's cherry picking data. And so we have to be very careful about how we understand data because you hear those statistics and it sounds abysmal. But we also don't hear statistics that there was a period in time where black couples were the most married group in American history. Right, and let's be real about that. We were the most married group in American history. And it's not true that black women necessarily aren't getting married. Okay, it's that we're getting married later in life. So when you look at ever since about right around the early 90s, more people have been getting married for the first time in their mid to late 40s. So all these women who think, oh, I've missed the boat, it's not going to happen for me, that's not necessarily true. And then when you look at marriage as an institution, period, less people are getting married. So it's not just a black woman thing, it is a cultural thing. And so as we start to talk about how these things become different and the fact that more people are trying to get married now and have what we call love marriages versus marriages, because people don't also recognize that there is a thing, right? Black women are wanting to get married for different reasons. And so there used to be marriage was a transaction. I'm going to get married to you. I'm going to have these children for you. In exchange, you're going to take care of us. You're going to provide for us. And that was it, right? This whole protect and provide. And so even back in the day where it was men went to college to get their degrees and women went to college to get their MRSs, right? Women were going to college to meet their mates even when they couldn't have jobs. But as society has changed, the reason for marriage, the reason for coupling looks different now. So there are different requirements, there are different obligations. And what's happening particularly between black women and black men is that because black men are not doing their work to be emotionally available in the same way, then what we're finding is that we're not coupling in the right way in really high quality relationship. Right? It's complicated, but what we have to do is learn how to evolve and evolve together instead of evolve and go at each other because we're frustrated that we can't figure out how to be together in the ways that we want to. So we got to do better.
So now,
Wow.
so these, I really want to talk about the stereotypes though here too, because I think this is something that I think you did do some debunking on the statistics. Black women are too aggressive. They're too independent. They're too masculine. You are at this point have served and worked with all races of people on a personal and professional level. Do you see any truth in that? That just a natural disposition, typically, that is those stereotypes. Is there truth in the stereotype?
Well, when you divide it by gender, right? So if you say black women are a thing without saying that black men are the thing too, because we've had the same experience, then of course it becomes really easy to pit us against each other. But when you're talking about the experiences that black women have had, that not have made them necessarily too aggressive, but have made them hyper independent because they have had to be due to what has happened to us culturally in order to have black men out of the home, in order to have black families disenfranchised. See, we talk about the symptoms without talking about the root, and then we blame the people who are the victims instead of those who have actually perpetuated this. We are all experiencing the same consequence by design, but what happens, unfortunately, is we turn on each other. So instead of black women saying, brother, we have been through the same situation, let's heal together, we don't have any patience or tolerance for each other. So black men go, I don't have to be with you. I can be with somebody who hasn't had this consequence. I can be with somebody who hasn't had to survive what we've had to survive. And so she has had the luxury and the privilege of being softer. She doesn't understand the struggle. She doesn't understand the fight or flight. She has not had to do the work. And so we get into it and we call these things excuses instead of realities. And it just keeps us locked in the toxic cycle. Black folks, period, we have to heal. And in the same way that you are seeing other groups now be traumatized, they also will have to heal from what they are experiencing as a part of American culture. But until we start recognizing that turning on each other only further perpetuates what was already done to us, which is keeping us disenfranchised, disempowered, broke, busted, and disgusted, and our children being without us as a solid unit, whether it's two homes or one, we will continue to have these problems, and this is the intention and the design, right? Somebody need to go pull up the Moynihan report and read it.
It's crazy because I just feel like I'm just nerding out talking to you. It's like real science
and history.
And history. Right.
Okay.
So, okay, you mentioned the reasons why people get married has changed. It was more so transactional in the past. What would you say are the top reasons people get married currently?
Well, now that's what I mean by the love marriage, right? We've gotten to the point, although in this current state, more people are going back to the pragmatic practicality. What can you do for me, right? There is a resetting of society that is happening. As black women are becoming disenfranchised, we were the largest number collectively of people who have been pushed out of the job market just this year alone. And the way that the economy is being reset as black women are having to now come back into jobs that are 2/3 of what their salaries are, 75% of what their salaries are. Re-looking at, wait a minute, maybe it is not about my job or the money that I make. Maybe it is about a different type of security. Maybe it is about collectivism over individualism, right? Society requires us to reset constantly. The key, though, is how do you heal the trauma that you've experienced so that you can get out of survival mode and still find love, still find joy, still find intimacy. But if you are emotionally unavailable, if your nervous system is hijacked, you cannot choose well. You will just continue to choose partnership or something to give you release, recreation, companionship, but you will not choose the appropriate life mate. So we have to do better, but we have to understand the science of all of this because, again, A plus B always equals C. And if it doesn't, we are working with the wrong variables. And too many folks don't realize that the math ain't mathin', and that is why they are living the lives that they are living, which doesn't look the way that they want it to.
So you said something very important. We're going back to the pragmatic reasoning to now going into marriages because we need one another to survive.
Well, we've always needed each other. We just needed different things from each other.
So that's my question. What were we doing? How were we making decisions before this?
So you have to remember that we haven't, as women, been able to actually have jobs and be gainfully employed until really 2 generations ago. I have clients whose grandmothers could not get mortgages after their husbands died because they didn't have men in the homes, because their sons were not living in the homes, right? So back in the day, women literally had to get married as a function of their survival, because if I can't feed myself, if I can't feed my children, if I can't be gainfully employed, how am I supposed to make it in this society? But now you have individuals where women are a more educated group just universally across the country than most men, right? So at that point, what it says is, I don't necessarily need you for financial contributions, right? So now you have to be able to do something else, right? The protection, possibly. But then what we got into was, well, you know what? Well, let me not cuss on this show, but it's like, for men, it's like, I need you to do the two Fs, right? The men typically say, I just need the two Fs, right? Feed me, and, you know, and then just be my peace.
Right.
But then the fact of the matter is, most folks have not really studied to show thyself approved. So then the sex ain't that good either. So it's like, if you can't take care of me well, if you can't provide for me well, if you're not showing up for me well, then what exactly is your purpose here? And so what we have to really do is get very clear, first and foremost, in who we are, what fills us up, what satisfies us, and then what complements us, and then how do we choose our complement so that we can have relationships that go the distance. Most folks is just out here, you like me? Cool. I just want to be chosen. So let's try it and just see how this works. And they don't understand that attraction and chemistry is different than compatibility. So they don't choose well. They choose what feels good, but not what is going to feel good over a lifetime, because they don't understand the hormonal parts of chemistry either. So it's a lot to have to understand. Like, if you want a great relationship, you got to study what makes a relationship great, just like we study everything else. Most people spend more time on social media than they spend trying to figure out whether or not they're actually compatible with the person that they're with. And that is ridiculous.
That's a fact, you know, and I think that's a big issue, because when you're spending so much time on social media, then you're at the mercy of social media in terms of what you consume.
Oh, even worse. Most people are using social media to communicate with their mates, right? The number of people who can't even effectively communicate their thoughts and feelings, but what they'll do is just send their partner reels and memes all day where they're passively aggressively, because it's really not passive, okay? But they are passively aggressively trying to communicate, this is the kind of man I want you to be, or this is the kind of woman I want you to be, instead of us trying to figure out, this is the kind of relationship we want to exist in. What do I have to do to create that? What do you have to do? What do we have to do? We don't even know how to be in good quality relationships, and then we blame the other person. But everywhere you go, there you are, which is why you keep having the same experience over and over again.
You know, I agree with that. And I'm thinking about just things that I see online now, because, you know, at one point, and this was probably between a year and a half ago, this was like the red pill community, maybe even up to 2 years ago, the red pill community.
Are you familiar, by the way?
No, the red pill community. So this is like the Matrix kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hang out on social media, because I look at it all day and go, this is gonna mess up about 20 people this week. Okay. So the red pill community. So you want the red pill or the blue pill?
Yes,
kind of thing?
Yes, that's the whole
it's
concept.
considered to be.
Okay.
Some people call it the manosphere. Some people call it the red pill, but it's typically men's content around how to self-improve as a man, but also the true nature of a woman, the true, real nature of a woman, her hypergamous nature. The dark nature. And if you want a real
dark nature.
Yeah, if you want to have a successful relationship, you need it. That's kind of like the premise of what the guys teach, but just to give some context to what it is.
Yeah.
And who are the teachers? Where are the theories? Where has this originated from?
It actually originated from Rollo Tomasi.
Yeah.
He wrote the book
Rational Male.
Rational Male.
Okay.
You've had other podcasts like the Fresh and Fit podcast be probably the biggest red pill community, the heir of the red pill community.
Fresh and Fit, the whatever podcast.
And even Kevin Samuels was kind of known to be
no. Nope. Rollo Tomasi, was he a clinician? Is he a scholar? Is he a
He's an
preacher?
author.
He's an author.
Definitely not a preacher.
What is his? Okay.
That's a good question.
What is his background?
I would have to
no
look
idea,
that up.
But he's known as the godfather of the red pill community.
Right.
And it now has had a ton of traction in attracting men. You know, men who desire successful relationships with women desire, I'll be honest, desire sex. You know, desire not to be played.
Well, sex is easy though, and not to be played is easy if you understand the science of it all. But if you're playing yourself and if you haven't done the work, then you will just choose the same situation over and over because your body is calling you to do the work. So I'm curious, but we shall see.
Well, sex ain't easy for a lot of these brothers that's watching it.
Yeah, right.
Well, tell them to call me because we'll get that right together.
Okay, good.
I mean, I love that. Come on now.
So real quick, because you asked this, and I just looked this up really quick. His credential, I guess the highest credential he holds is a bachelor's degree in behavioral psychology from University of California. This is like the highest credential he holds. So just to give you that context. But the reason I even brought up the red pill community was not to necessarily discuss the red pill, is to discuss what's now has spawned the opposite of the red pill community, which is, I think it's called the femisphere. The femisphere.
Okay.
Which is, so now you got the red pill, which coined, these women hating men.
Are they looking to come together? Oh, okay, women hating men.
And then now you have the men hating women.
Yeah.
And it's in all of the content.
Don't folks get exhausted of that though? I mean, do you not want to love a man? Do you not want to love a woman? Do you not want to exist in love, lay in love, wake up in love, think in love, breathe in love, exhale in love? Like, is that not the goal? It's just easier just to hate. Because really it's about the self-hate, right? I'm mad at the world. I'm hating the folks that didn't love me well, that neglected me, that abandoned me, that rejected me, that caused me all of this pain. And so I'm so full of hate and rage and pain that I'm just going to project it onto you. You are the reminder of what I can't have, of what I didn't have, of what I can't make work, instead of recognizing that could easily be the past if I just do the work to step into my present so that my future looks different. Like, every experience that we are having is one that we are choosing. And if you could just do something today that your future self would thank you for, your whole life could be different. Like, do we not realize what's happening in the manosphere? Let's just go up in there and just love up on them.
Yeah, I mean, the femisphere as well. I mean,
the femisphere too.
All
you're talking about is a trauma fear. That's what you're talking about. And you're talking about a trauma bond. Like attracts like. I ain't here for it.
Exactly. And I see, the thing is, you will see, because I like to look at people who check out Hardly Initiated, and I like to see what they looking at. And that's a lot, it's a lot of women that support us, the initiatives, but they also support these other channels and platforms as well, which are, I would say, not so healthy. And I'm just curious, for the woman who does, listen to that type of content, the content that suggests marriage is only beneficial to men. When a man asks you if you can cook, it means that he wants you to bow down to his subservient, submissive role for you. When a man, it's just so many different things.
Never do this to a man. Never do this to a man. Don't trust men past this.
Well,
this is how you get money.
You're not looking for every man. You're just looking for yours. And what I try to explain to people is the clearer you can be about who your partner is, then you can just compare every person that you encounter to your person. Is this how my husband would speak? Is this how my husband would think? And the other thing is, we have to stop being afraid to actually ask questions and get to know each other. Because the real big thing that I love to explain to clients is, don't hear what's not being said. Just because somebody, and let me say that again, don't hear what's not being said. Just because a man says, can you cook, doesn't mean that he means, are you going to be barefoot and pregnant and cooking 3 meals a day in the kitchen, right? But if you want to make sure that that's not what he means, then ask the question. Yeah, I love to cook. If I do you enjoy cooking as well? Will you be sharing in those kinds of activities in the house if we get together? Because real talk, I mean, most of the best chefs in the world are men. Let's just be real. And if he can cook in the kitchen, and he can cook in the bedroom, and he can cook in the boardroom, and he can cook in the classroom, and he can cook everywhere else, if that is the man that you are looking for, then that's your man.
That's Mufasa.
Ooh, come on, Mufasa. That got everything tonight.
Best sound he ever pressed.
Yeah, big shot. Lionel's on it today, guys.
He is.
So I like what you're saying here. I think I love that you called it a trauma sphere.
And I'm not saying that it is. I haven't researched
No,
it.
it
Okay,
is.
but when
It
you talk
is.
about
It
man
is.
hating and women hating, listen, like we can do that all day. But you guys have heard me say, and you have heard so many other people, I'm sure, say that hurt people hurt people.
Yep.
And I think, unfortunately, what happens is most people really do want to love and to be loved for who they are and not in spite of it. But what happens is, unfortunately, you gravitate towards places that resonate and reflect back to you your own thoughts and your own feelings. And that's how we wind up in an echo chamber, because it's easier to hear that the problem is somebody else than to hear that the problem is you, because now you have to take control of your life. That gives the power and leaves all the decision making to you. But if I can just hear, it's just men, they don't really want to love us, they just really want to sleep with us, they just really still want us to submit and yield, and they don't want to have to do anything, then that makes it okay that I don't have a man. But meanwhile, at night, you sitting there crying in the pillow, trying to talk about why can't I find my Boaz? Come on now. You can't have it both ways. And brothers, the same thing, right? Stop acting like every woman is out for your pockets when you lead with your pockets. Stop acting like every woman is a gold digger, or every woman just wants to sleep with you and that's all that she wants, if that's what you're leading with and that's where you're going to go find her. We got to get real and take responsibility for our choices. And if our choices are not yielding the consequences that we want, then how do we slow down enough to recognize not as a problem that's a judgment, but a problem that has a solution, so you can get into the life that you want and stay there. Like, it's possible, y'all. I promise you it's possible.
You know, I want to ask you pretty much, you know, just get an idea of how this stuff shows up in dating. I, you know, it's crazy because the guys always talk in the barbershop.
Oh, I love the
And,
barbershop.
yeah.
We do a lot of mental health work with the barbers.
First off, let me tell you something. The barber.
That was the original podcast, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
The barbershop.
barbershop?
The original men's podcast was Mikeless in the barbershop
I
for the
love
last
that.
couple decades.
Okay.
Exactly. And first off, let me say, all the brothers in the barbershop need some help. they all need some help. They all have given up on the ladies.
Many of them have.
Many of them have.
That's painful.
And so, you know, I'm having a conversation with them. And, you know, one of the guys is just talking about, you know, his issue with his woman, his wife, just doesn't listen. And he's giving these examples. And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, you know, my girl don't listen either.
But here's my question. Go ahead, get your laugh. But my question is really, does she not listen or does she not agree? Because there's a difference.
Well, see, let me ask you this. Because, you know, I guess now I need to get their pause now because, you know, I'm giving an example. Which we worked this out, but I was in Trader Joe's, okay, with my girl. And, you know, we going through the store, and I think we had to just move fast because of, I think it was in a rush to go back home to cook up something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was an expedited trip to
Okay.
Trader Joe's, okay? And we're walking down the aisle, and, you know, she's moving pretty quickly. I'm a couple of steps behind her. And she's, you know, you walking down the aisle, she's walking on the left side. So really hugged up on the left side.
Okay.
So as she gets to the end of the aisle, she literally she had to screech like, she literally almost runs smack face to face with a white lady that's coming on the other side. So it's like
Okay.
they're meeting at a point.
Yeah.
And so she, you know, I say, hey, babe, you got to slow down when you hit that corner. She says, you didn't see her almost run into me? And I'm like, yeah, but you know, let's just slow down when we hit that corner. She still goes to the other aisle. She's talking. But she tries to re-explain to me what happened. Like she wanted to make sure I knew that this lady almost ran into her. And I'm like, babe, I saw that.
Because what was she trying to say to you?
I think she was trying to say, you need to be defending me and not defending this lady.
That it was not my fault.
It was not my fault.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
But what made you decide that here your wife almost collides with this person and you decide almost like her parent? The answer is you need to slow down when you hit that corner.
Good.
Almost like she hasn't been walking through grocery stores for the last how many decades of her life.
And see, I understand that. And this is the thing. I cannot correct this white woman who I don't know.
Oh.
I can't tell her, hey, you know,
Hey, white lady.
Hey, all right, watch
Slow
out.
down around
Yeah,
these parts.
Right.
Did she have the right of way because she was going straight, or you just don't correct other people that are not your wife?
Well, I think is in that instance, is nothing that I can say. I don't like. I wouldn't want to waste my. First of all, they didn't run into each other, even though they almost did. I wouldn't even want to waste energy because I know that other people make mistakes.
Okay.
And so the person that I'm there to protect and help is, I'm like, hey, listen, I know she could slow down. But I also know you could walk on the other side of the aisle. And I also know the pace that I was walking. I seen the whole thing.
So you
right?
decided that your pace was the right pace.
No.
You didn't decide to walk out in front of your wife and clear the lane or anything else. You just decided that she needed correction. And I'm just also curious, in your relationship, is that the dynamic that both of you have agreed to, that your wife is looking for you to correct her when she experiences accidents in her situations?
I don't know if we've had a conversation about what the agreement is.
Oh, but y'all very much did. She told you what she was looking for. What you decided she needed was correction, and she went out of her way because she couldn't communicate it directly for whatever reason.
Yeah.
She wasn't wanting correction in the relationship and in the moment from you. What was she wanting?
That's a good question. I would say she wanted to know that, hey, like, I supported her in that situation, you know, to that I didn't blame her or put her at fault for the situation.
Let me ask you, just out of
Yeah.
curiosity, did you ever ask her, was she okay? She sustained an injury, and then she's telling you that I got hurt and it wasn't my fault. And I'm not saying that she was right or wrong. I wasn't there. No harm, no foul.
Wait, what
But I'm
injury?
talking about
No, she
in
didn't- she didn't
in the nature of you all's relationship. And I don't necessarily mean physical injury. I'm not
Yeah.
saying the lady crashed into her, but she's now having a conversation with you where her husband, the person that she loves, that she cares about how you see her,
Right.
she's explaining herself to you over and over. So she's not wanting to be judged or critiqued by you.
Yeah.
Right? She's wanting something from you.
Right.
And instead of you giving her that, which could have brought intimacy into the relationship, you took a corrective posture. She took a defensive posture,
Right.
and it drove you guys away when that was actually a moment that could have brought you all a little closer.
You know what? So,
But now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Because I'm gonna tell you what happened, what eventually happened, because somehow or another we ended up on ChatGPT trying to solve this problem. But
This became a thing.
It became a thing. But I realized why ChatGPT is not Dr. Spirit, because you're right. Because I realized that she was injured at that moment. Because one, she already has, and I think a lot of black women have this. She already has a disposition. I don't want to say against. It's a disposition for how she thinks white people think.
Well, some white people do.
Yeah, so in her mind, I just know her. In her mind, this woman was out of control. She's not looking left or right. She could care less if she runs into me or not. She didn't even apologize for almost running into me. That's her. So injury, that was her injury. And she was, I would say, knowing her, she was hurt by that moment.
Okay, so then I want you to think about then how just that moment feeds into all the things we were talking about earlier, right? That black women have sustained injury, that they feel victimized, that they are having these particular experiences. And then the person that is her person, of all people that
Right.
she's chosen to be her husband, her life mate.
Hold on, wait.
looks
He
at
ain't
her-
married yet?
Oh, okay.
Not yet, not yet.
He said, okay. Well,
Not
am
yet.
am I
Yeah.
jumping to the...
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, just let him work to the role.
The half the room go, he ain't married yet. She can't have him yet. It's still
That's what they
possibilities.
said, for real.
He ain't married he's single till he married. Okay.
That's the
I got
Femisphere
you.
too. But go ahead. I want you to
I
finish
got you.
this.
But think about that. In the moment, the person that she needs and wants protection and care from the most says, you're out of order, and in the future, slow down and submit and yield to her.
Okay, so let me role play this. I think I get it. I think I get it.
You're 100%
You're
right.
supposed to, as soon as that happens, you're supposed to say, baby, you know how them crackers be. It wasn't your fault.
No.
You did right, baby.
No.
Mwah.
It depends.
That's how
now.
it's supposed to- that's how you're supposed to handle
If
it.
that's what satisfies the nature of your woman and your relationship. But see, the key is, if we're talking about how do we establish intimacy and meaningful connection and nurture each other, as opposed to, because relationships, the real deal is relationships don't fall apart typically because of the big things. They die by 1,000 little cuts.
Yeah.
right? And if that becomes a reoccurring theme in their relationship, that each time she is looking for protection, she's looking for covering, she's looking for validation, she's looking for a sense of honor, she's looking for, my man has got me, no matter what, it's me and him, and he's always me, right? If that doesn't happen, then over time, it'll be like, you know what? This how you always was.
Wow.
I knew this before we first even got to this point. That's why I love to ask couples in couples counseling when they're dating or premarital counseling, what's the thing that is likely to break you guys up if you don't solve the problem and manage it in your relationship? And most folks don't want to hear that when they're doing what you mean? We're in love. Nothing is, it's like, no. Because you're not a two becoming one doesn't mean you're an identical copy. And every relationship has problems. So it's not what you do well that you need to pay attention to. It's what has the potential to be problematic, that if you don't eliminate or manage it well, that will be the thing that leads you to the end. And believe it or not, most people already know that long before they say I do. If you really sit back and think about it, you already know the things about your person that if that thing is not handled and controlled in the relationship, that would be the death of y'all.
But I'm going to be honest.
you're right.
One of them, I think that's a big one because it's going to be moments where correction is the proper disposition.
Agreed.
And if you are not able to properly handle correction, when correction is due, then we're gonna have issues. And I think that's what that's what when some of the guys are talking about too masculine, don't get me wrong. Probably most of the instances they probably give a BS. But not being able to handle correction in a moment where you're supposed to handle correction, I think that's a valid example.
Well, I would say when I'm
they're probably
working with a
describing.
couple, I would want to know what a person means by correction, because to first correct someone typically means I'm sitting in a superior position to you. So I like to know for couples how they desire to sit in their relationships. And so if you're a couple who says, I want this person to sit at the head, I want them to have the authority and the governance, I want their judgment to be what is the final say and what rules. And if that works for you, then great. But most folks are not looking for correction. What they're looking for is a place for grace and accountability. And so there's a difference between calling someone to the mat. There's also a difference between correcting and somebody asking for opportunity or understanding of possibility. But if you're telling me you're correcting me, the only thing that you're telling me is what you think I should do. You are imposing your judgments on me. There's a difference between helping me find the best answer or helping us arrive at what's the best answer for our relationship. But when you start correcting, now we're getting into a difference in power struggle. And most folks don't want to be corrected, male or female. So what you create is conflict.
Yep.
And if they're healthy enough to talk about the conflict, then you can resolve it. But usually what happens is that's where the resentment starts to settle in. Right? That's where now I don't want to tell you what's really going on with me because I don't feel like hearing your mouth. And if you judge me or if you say the wrong thing, then we're really going to have some problems. Right? So we have to be really, really careful, especially when we're dealing with grown folks, because grown folks aren't looking to be parented most of the time.
But they need parenting.
Well,
Who needs parenting?
Here's why I say this.
You need parenting?
It depends.
You need your wife to correct you?
Sometimes.
So
for
does she-
example, because
Yeah,
there
tell me.
are places where my wife is superior to me. When we in the kitchen cooking, and my wife say, "No, put that salt back. We don't need no extra salt in there." I'll be like, "Okay, well, what we need next?" Because
Okay, it works for y'all.
Because I know that this salt is about to destroy this meal, and I want it to come out exactly how she make it. So that is a place I'm perfectly fine with.
And you're fine with her talking to you like that. That works for you.
Well, no, my wife doesn't talk to me crazy.
So you was just making that up then?
Yeah.
Don't have this audience out here thinking that your wife is talking to you like you're crazy.
No. My wife,
the manosphere
she's
might
super
get
sweet.
upset with that.
She's super sweet. She's very, very sweet in how she communicates with me. You know, it's funny because she will correct me on that too. Because I did that one time on the show. I used nigga in the word and what she said. She's like,
no.
"You know I never call you nigga. Don't be having people thinking I call you a nigga." And I said,
I got your back, sis.
You're
I got
right,
your
baby.
back.
You're right. No, my wife, but I'm using a frame of correction because she might correct me in that moment. And I think that's okay to acknowledge that this person's better than me here. And when I talk about parenting, you may have a woman who has had horrible experiences with her father. You may had a woman who have had horrible experiences with men in just her in her moments. And you'll notice, I realize that it's certain moments that when I'm dealing with my wife, I realize I'm about to treat my wife how I would treat my daughter in this moment. In this moment here, whether it's a small tantrum, whether it's her showing me something in excitement I don't care about, and I'm about to be like, yeah, baby, that's absolutely, yo, you look so cute in your skates. I am going to be fatherly, if you will, in this way. And I even notice how over time, especially because now it's been over 4 years with my lady, you see how you do heal parts of her and her relationship with a man and the masculine, especially depending on where it had started, by having that moment. And so when I say parent, not parent in a
you're
dictatorship.
You're touching the inner child work. But
There we go.
hopefully you're allowing her to also pull out that piece that says, if that child still needs to be healed, then sometimes that may be above your pay grade also. So to recognize, let's heal it instead of entice it or speak to it or just kind of play games with it. Because most women don't want to be your daughter. They want to be your wife at all times. That's the thing about this husband role I'm seeing. It's dynamic. Absolutely.
Sometimes I'm a father. Sometimes I'm a husband. Sometimes I'm a therapist. Sometimes I'm these different people. And the wisdom is to know the hat.
Or there you go. Or maybe to recognize that a husband wears a lot of different hats, but he is the husband at all times.
He is.
And that's what I mean about having the emotional availability to be able to be present, to be a companion, to be a confidant, to be a lover, to be a teacher, to be all the things that are necessary in order to heal and grow so that two can become one for a lifetime. That's a much different place than come in here, cook for me, clean for me, take care of these kids for me, and then let's wash, rinse, and repeat over and over again. That's a different situation. But you got a different kind of woman who's compatible with that. That's how you go the distance.
There it is.
That's it.
Got you straight now.
Just so we know, Dr. Spiritual is in the building, back here on Hardly Initiated. The hotlines are opening tonight. So if y'all want to join this conversation, y'all can actually come backstage and join us here for this incredible conversation. So it's going to be more of a dialogue than a monologue. And I absolutely recommend y'all take advantage of what we do here. So the link is in there. All right. All my moderators in the chat, drop your link. And I want to make sure you know the HI store is available for everybody here. All right. So we got your Hardly in Love cards here available, your Fight the Flesh bracelets, and we even got your Renew the Mind journals. We actually went to Dr. Spirit's event, very invite only type vibes.
Oh, exclusive.
Yeah.
Super exclusive.
Super exclusive, right? At Tyrese's house, by the way.
Fully catered.
It was really dope. I got to meet Tyrese.
Got to take a picture with
which was so
Megatron.
dope. We took a picture with the Megatron and everything. That was super dope. And I made sure we brought her some of these Renew the Mind journals.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're trying to help folk out here too.
I know. You're doing the thing. You really are. And I think that that's what it's about. So continue to keep doing the thing.
We're going to keep doing that thing.
You got me blown away with that counsel, though, Dr. Spirit, because you just took it a level up. Because I wanted to tell you this, that when we continued to have the conversation when we went home, because this, to be honest with you, it's been it had been a persistent issue. Now that you tell me this, I need to have another conversation with her to kind of even straighten things out even more. But it had been a consistent issue, and my thing that I would always come to is you just don't listen. This is the thing, you don't. And her thing is, well, you're not listening to me, and that's kind of where it would always end.
Ouch.
And, right, which is really painful because it just continues to come up in some way.
So do you guys just agree to disagree a lot?
Well, initially, and but that particular time, I think I was like at the point of like, yo, like I don't know, this thing is gonna work, because these little things, because to me it was so little. It's like, just slow down, is it possible that you can slow down?
Yeah.
You know? But it turned into this big rift. And I'm like, how do we get from these small, what I'm thinking is giving some counsel, you know, protecting the both of us, looking out for you, turns into this big thing. Because of course I didn't know I didn't know this elevated understanding that you just put me on. And so, but that night though, because now that you say that, in my mind that night, I told her, I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know what you think, but it's always gonna be me and you. Like I'm always gonna choose your side.
No, but you showed her that it's not always gonna be me or you. She
Right.
doesn't feel safe and protected like it's always gonna be the two of you.
And I know that she didn't feel like that because when I said that, she started crying.
Yeah.
Hello?
And that's how I knew.
Yeah.
Wait, who was
Oh,
that?
so yeah.
So somebody want to know. That's not her. Is
That's
it?
not.
Can't you see?
Said, hold on, let me get
Right,
my
right,
part,
right.
right?
So hold
No,
on,
the whole time,
hold
we're gonna
on
bring you.
backstage.
Hold on one
all
second.
right?
Hold on one second.
But you know, so she started crying because that's ultimately what she wanted to hear from
Right,
you. That's
right.
what she needs, but she doesn't just need it in words. She needs it in action. So she needs those two things to be congruent, because when you tell her one thing but you do something else, that creates a whole incongruence in the brain, and that does not sit well for anybody, male or female. But I think, you know, two things that you can kind of prompts that you can use there.
Okay.
One is when it's you don't listen to me, you don't listen. The question that you can ask is, what don't you think I hear you saying? What don't you think I hear you saying?
Damn, that's good.
Right?
That is.
What
'cause
don't
it-
you think?
Yeah, because it makes them you're not listening. So what don't you think I'm hearing? What don't you think you hear me saying? And something else you can ask that'll cut right to the chase, and sometimes it makes the person have to pause and really think about it, is, what do you need from me in this moment?
Which is totally different. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Wow.
do you need from me? Because they're saying things, they're doing things, they're giving you this big bodied expression. What do you need from me in this moment? You're telling me this because why? You're saying this because why? What are you needing that I'm not giving you in this moment? And sometimes
that.
they have to stop to really think about what that is.
You
too.
know, let me
That's
tell
way
you
more
how I
solution ways
know.
to- What?
I know our relationships is real jacked up, because every time you said one of those in my mind, I thought about how I've heard the ratchet version of somebody trying to say that.
Yeah.
Not as well. Because what was the
Yeah.
first one? Give me that first prompt again.
Ask it.
Oh my gosh.
See, he already
it was.
forgot
Yeah, I
the
should have wrote it down.
prompt.
Wait.
What don't you think I'm hearing?
What don't you think I'm hearing right now?
What the hell is you talking about?
Yeah. What the
Oh.
Yeah.
what man? What?
Let me
That's
write that
it.
down.
That's
You always
exactly.
doing this. That's what let me tell you. And then you just start to recount all of the other times where you've had the same pattern. Instead of being able to stay in the moment, don't give other reasons to argue, because all of a sudden you'll just start arguing about past stuff. You won't solve this situation. And stay in love. Right? Stay in that space. We're trying to solve this on the same team. I'm not committed to the conflict. I'm committed to the resolution. I want to get back to the loving. I want to get back to the hugging. We about to go to bed. I don't want you over there acting like you sleep. I don't want you crying. I don't want
Right.
you crying because of me. I don't want you crying because we can't speak. I don't want you thinking all of a sudden now, telling yourself a whole story about this relationship ain't going to work and you ain't never going to be for me. And then there was that time, and the next time now I'm going to have to protect my own self. Right? Like, how do we resolve this? Because I want this not to exist between us. So what don't you hear? What do you think I'm not hearing you say?
Yeah.
What am
love
I
that.
missing, babe? What am I missing? Just give it to me. And then repeat it.
And you gotta have
back
that
to make
tone,
sure
too.
You
You gotta
got
have that
it.
tone. You gotta get the
Yes.
tone right, too.
Yes. Not in frustration. And if you're frustrated and you really can't hear, then check yourself, because that's what they're telling you. You're not hearing me. So let me check myself. Okay, say it to me. And then don't start responding, defending yourself after that. After they tell it to you, after he or she says it, then say it back to them. So what you're saying is, okay, so I hear you. So the problem is not that I don't hear you. Maybe it's just that I don't agree,
Yeah.
right? But we also have to respect each other's autonomy, right? Because
Right.
his answer was slow down, right? When you hit them corners, slow down. Look like it's a crosswalk before you go out, right? She might be like, that's not how I want to govern myself. I don't want to govern my body like that. Why do I got to be the one that, why can't I just walk? Why can't you walk faster? Why can't you cover me? Why can't we look at different solutions? Why do we just have to do why do I have to do what you said because you think that's the way instead of us figuring out what is the way? And that's wild that was, I mean, it took you guys all the way to that. And you thought it was something simple, but the reality is it meant something much more.
Yeah, it's so crazy because even the stuff you're saying is like, it's just high level. It's high level, like dealing with people. You know?
I've been doing this for a long time, though.
Right.
This is great. This is not a Frost kid, okay?
But you really got to take, it's so crazy how serious you have to take relationships because even the things that you're saying, like I remember when I used to manage salespeople and they used to give you all of these techniques for how to deliver criticism and, you know, how to communicate, you know, satisfaction with somebody's work and how to express frustration, all these different things. And, you know, when you're at work, you're like, oh, yeah, I need this. And you are ready to use those things to get what you know, get to the ultimate goal, which is just being solution oriented. But in relationships, it's like you just don't, it's like you want it to be so simple. You just want it to be like, hey, I say something, it gets done.
You want it to be the one place that you don't have to work.
Exactly.
And the only way that happens is if you have a partner where you have such a high level of compatibility that it just comes naturally between the two of you organically. Most people don't do that, though. They choose relationships where they have to work. And the other part of that is, though, most people also give their best to the relationships that matter least to them and give their least to the relationships that matter most. So we have to turn that around because you expect your partner to understand your exhaustion, your fatigue, your frustration. We don't protect our relationships to give it the good. We give our relationships the fumes most of the time. And then we expect not to die of starvation in the relationships that we say mean the most.
Okay, so...
Right? Yeah, I mean, like really think
I'm just
about
like,
it.
if we already committed to open up the hotlines, because I really want to just have my own therapy session. Just go,
I already know.
Ty, go ahead and lead. Go ahead and lead,
ask
Ty.
anything. I'm gonna give you whatever. I'm gonna give you everything I got. You know, I'm gonna give you everything I got.
Listen, believe it. This is trauma keeping you single right now. I didn't even ask my biggest question yet, so the conversation is really going and flowing tonight. Let's go ahead and hit the hotlines. I think it's Nibel. Was her name? I think bring Nibel up because I think she was the one really coming out here trying to interrupt the conversation. So she must have something important to ask us. Nibel, are you here with us here today? And you got to unmute yourself, Nibel. When I say you got to unmute yourself because you're muted on Zoom, okay? And if you don't get it together, I'm going
Where's she at?
to my sister.
She's not coming on.
Oh,
Okay.
don't hang up on her though. Just
No,
let her
she
get
back
it
here.
together
Leave her
back
in there.
So we got Zoom user back here. Obviously, this person want to be anonymous. So I want my anonymous person to unmute yourself if you back here. I'm going to let you come up here on the hotline today. Zoom user, you better unmute yourself.
Zoom
Because
user.
what is going on right now with the hotline? They're not unmuting? All right, so we got Katie.
We got Katie.
Okay.
Wow,
Katie.
the hotline is
Somebody's
packed
I'm
tonight.
moving. Oh, yeah, no. The hotline is packed. Katie, can you go ahead and unmute yourself and talk tonight? Because if not, all y'all getting kicked out the back right now. Ask to unmute. So, Katie, it is your time, and Katie is not. That's the first time in hotline
Are you sure?
history.
Are you sure it's on?
I'm very sure it's on.
Make sure.
Nah, these folks are in the back.
Yeah, it's 3 people. I'm looking at 3 people in the back right now. So
Yeah, let them up.
here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do right now, y'all keep coming back. I'm going to keep dropping the link in the description. Go ahead, my moderators in the chat. Keep on dropping that so we can go ahead and get new people back there. It looks like Nabel just turned her camera on. Nabel,
Yeah,
you
she's
with
on.
us?
Come, bring her up.
Nabel. Is she nervous or something?
Hello?
There she is.
What's up? How you doing?
Nabel, what's going on with you tonight? I don't think she's actually listening on Zoom. Make sure y'all are back here on Zoom listening. Y'all cannot be on Zoom trying to listen to the show on YouTube. Now, the hotline is very ratchet tonight. Y'all go ahead and get it together. You use it like you use a Zoom. Hopefully somebody has been on a Zoom meeting. You log in, you get back here. When I call your name, you unmute yourself and come up and talk. Very simple. But no worries.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get them right.
Go ahead.
From what you understand right now, trauma keeping, we talking to our ladies tonight.
Okay.
Women in particular. Let's start there. Single. In your experience, what is one of the biggest traumas keeping women single?
Disappointment. They've been disappointed so many times by so many people that it's hard for them to trust not just the person that they are trying to choose, but to trust themselves to choose well. I think also something that keeps a lot of women single right now is their self-worth. That so many women have injured themselves, have been injured by people, that the narrative that they create is that this is all I'm worth. That these things have happened to me, so somehow because these experiences have happened to me, this must be my worth. This must be what I'm deserving of. This must be the only thing that I have the value of, is the experiences that I'm having, as opposed to doing the work to understand that your value, you are priceless regardless of the experiences that you've had. And if anything, those experiences that you have survived are a testament of your resilience, of your strength, of your ability to be able to bounce back. And most people don't understand that the trauma that they experienced was not a reflection of their worth or their value. It was a reflection of the experiences that they had to survive at a time when they didn't have the ability to take care of themselves. So whether that happened in childhood or adolescence or early adulthood, those unfortunate issues, that unresolved trauma, then shows up in the current relationships. So when I tell folks, kind of you date at the value or the level of your self-esteem, that your relationships are just reflecting you back to you.
Yep.
Whether those are intimate partner relationships, friendships, job relationships, because all relationships is just how one thing interacts with another. Right? So when I look at your partner and the people that you choose and the situations that you allow yourself to participate in, that tells me everything that I need to know about how you feel about you. Right? So that's the thing.
That's
for a lot
heavy
of our
right there.
women.
It's disappointment.
Yeah, it's disappointment. That's how we get to be hyper independent, right? I can't tolerate disappointment. I can't tolerate being hurt, not one more time. So I won't even ask you to help me. I won't even ask you to show up for me. I won't even tell you that I need something from you, because I cannot deal with not another disappointment in my life. So I would much rather just stay by myself. Thank you very much. In this little peaceful bubble of loneliness, at least I can manage this. But I'm not going to allow myself to trust again, to hope again, to dream again, to believe again, only to be disappointed by you in the end.
I feel like, man, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but you guys see that as in the manosphere. You see that as aggression. You see that as anger. You don't see that as fear. You don't see that as sadness. You don't see that as vulnerability. You don't see that as fragility. You don't see that as needing and loving and really wanting you, praying, wishing, because it's not manifested in that way. And so you meet that anger, or you meet that wall with a wall. And then what happens when two bricks hit each other? It's just this chaos and friction. Right? We really don't understand that we really are soft as anything on the inside. And if you ever have the opportunity to ask a woman in her vulnerability who she really wishes that she could be all day, every day, she will tell you, I want to sit in my softness. I want to sit in my feminine energy. I want to sit and just allow a man to be the man. I want that. But I don't feel safe in trusting that if I give myself to him, that he will not hurt me like everyone else has hurt me before.
I'm going to be honest with you, because to some degree, first of all, I completely understand what you're saying, and how, that is at the root. We may see aggression, or we may see something.
What you see is protection. She's out here alone. She got to puff up on you. If she's not, there's nobody to protect her. All she's got is her. So she can't show you soft.
She thinks she got to do that.
Oh, no.
She don't always.
Break it down.
She don't always got to do that.
Come on.
Because that's also what our traumas do. It creates a distorted lens where we think we have to be people that we may not necessarily have to be. Like, and the brothers,
let me tell you
the
rub.
brothers doing it too, though.
Well, let me tell you the rub. She actually does have to do it. And here's why. Because until she resolves her trauma, the places and spaces that she puts herself in requires her to have to do that. Because the men that she engages are the very men that are going to trigger the signs to her that she needs to do her healing work. So most women who have value for themselves, who have regard for themselves, who are really knowing and have done their work, will not choose men and do not suffer from that "I don't want to be disappointed" thing. They have already done enough of the work. They know their value. They know their worth. They're pacing themselves. And the pool of men that they choose, they recognize that there are amazing men. They already have amazing men in their circles. The partner that they're looking for just becomes the complement or the enhancement to an already amazing life, right? But if I am a woman who has not done my work, then what I am choosing and what I am continuing to perpetuate are the same toxic cycles. So if I don't start off showing up with you like that, very shortly into the relationship, I am going to, because I am going to meet you in that place. You're going to trigger me. I'm going to trigger you. And I am disappointed all over again because you're just like everybody else.
First of all, hold on right now.
It's
Can't you see two men are talking?
Hold on backstage now.
very much a woman.
No,
Very
she's
much a
ready.
woman.
She's ready in the back. Go ahead and bring her up. Go ahead and bring her
Is she
back.
really ready?
Yeah, bring her up.
First of all, Katie back here in the chat talking about she didn't want to be the first person to talk.
Oh, come
I was
on,
like,
Katie, stop
what is
playing.
going
For a long
I literally
time.
said, Katie, stop playing. That's
Right.
literally what I
Oh, you
said.
did?
I literally said that.
You're not you'd be the fifth person.
So-
Because me,
Come on.
Delano, Ty, and Dr.
Come
Spirit
on.
So
already
now I'm,
talked.
I'm calling you out first, Katie. Katie, unmute yourself right now.
Let's
please.
do it, Katie.
Like, stop
Come on, Katie.
stop playing. Because I don't even think that's the person that talked, but let's.
Hey,
Katie,
how are
you
y'all
here?
doing tonight?
What's up, Katie? How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Katie, look, this is not no prank phone line. When y'all come
I
back
know- I
here,
know.
we get ready to talk. So I'm so glad, Katie, to hear your voice now. You staying anonymous tonight?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. So can I at least get your age and location?
I am 32 and I'm in Birmingham, Alabama.
Perfect. What's your question for Dr. Spirit tonight?
Well, see, that's why I wanted someone else to go first because I'm trying to figure out what is my question
Tell me, what is
Wow.
your experience?
with men.
Well, yeah. Tell me. You want to talk about something? Tell me. What are you
Right.
trying
Okay,
to?
so
What are you
I
trying to
am-
figure out in your
I am
experience?
single.
Okay.
I am single. I'm just
Mhm.
trying to figure out. I don't know. Maybe it's the men or the quality of men in Birmingham. I'm not sure how to position myself or where to go. I don't want to go and hang out at like bars or clubs or anything like that.
Mhm.
So, what would be a good place where I could just get myself in the right environment to find a good God-fearing man?
Okay, so when you say a good God-fearing man, first and foremost, tell me, what is the kind of relationship that you're looking for? Are you looking for somebody that you can just have fun with, kind of like a recreational thing? Are you looking for a companion that when you got time and you want to travel or go to dinner, you guys do those kind of things? Are you looking for your life mate, somebody that is going to be
Yes.
your forever person?
Yes, I am looking for a life mate. I am
Okay.
looking for a husband.
Okay, so tell me who your husband is.
Like I said, he's definitely got to be God fearing. I want him to go to God for everything.
Okay, so that's your
Um,
floor. That's not your
Uh-huh.
roof. That's not your ceiling. That's your bare minimum. So tell me, when you say, who is your husband? Because God fearing is just one part for you. When you think about, and this is where a lot of people kind of mess up in their search, and this is why they wind up just kind of bouncing from person to person. I want you to actually visualize what it means for you to be in a marriage. What are the two of you doing? What are the experiences that you are having? What is the forever journey that you're on in order to work backwards, in order to understand who he is, so then you can understand where he is, so then you can be showing up in those places too. Right? There's a way to find your husband. It's not just where are all the good men. No, because you don't need all the good men. You need the man or the pool of candidates that are likely to be compatible with the experience that you want to have. So my question to you is not where you need to show up in Birmingham. My question is, how clear are you on the husband that would be compatible with you as their wife? Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I should think about that a little bit more.
Yes, because then here's the thing. As you are meeting men, you are comparing them to who your husband is to figure out, is this him? Because then when he starts talking in ways that your husband wouldn't talk, you don't even have to waste your time. When he
Right.
says that he does things that your husband doesn't do, you don't have to waste your time. There are plenty of good men. There are plenty of amazing men out here who will not be your husband. So it's very clear, it's very necessary for you to be clear on who he is. Otherwise, you may just choose a good man, and then what happens is you still wind up divorced because you'll be saying, wow, we look great on paper. Everybody says that I should be lucky to have him. We're like the power couple. But the problem is I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied, right? The resume looks good, but he's not my husband. So I want you to get really clear on who your husband is. And then think about it like this. If it's Thursday at what time is it, y'all?
8:30.
8:27.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the question becomes, where would your husband be on a Thursday night at 8:27? And are you there? Right? On a Saturday at 2 p.m., where would your husband be on a Saturday at 2 p.m.? And are you there? And so you have to show up in the places and spaces, and don't choose somebody that you're not compatible with, because then what's going to happen is your man is going to be in places and spaces where you don't want him to be, and the two of you will grow apart. So you want to choose somebody who is naturally a part of the experiences that you already want to have. So he is the enhancement to your life. He is not the center of it.
Because right now, a lot of these ladies at 8:30
Okay.
p.m. on a
Okay.
Thursday night,
Thank you for that.
they dating
Thank you for
brothers
the
at the
advice.
liquor
I will
store.
pencil
Come
that
on.
down.
Or here's
Hold
the
on,
thing.
and Katie,
There-
we're going to go ahead and let you go here. I got people back here in
Yeah.
holler. I'm just sorry. I got to keep it moving,
It's
Katie.
okay.
Much love to you, though, sister.
Or let me say this though: 8:30 on a Saturday night, and I'm not saying a Thursday. I'm saying 8:30 on a Saturday night, and they sitting at home, right? Because they waiting like he's gonna be like the UPS man that's just gonna deliver them like the mail order bride.
Exactly.
Because how many women are just going to work and home, wash, rinse, repeat, then wishing that they had a man, but they are not showing up, and they have not even created a lifestyle to bring a partner in. They think
Yeah.
everything's gonna change when they get somebody, but that is not how it works.
That is not how it works.
Not over time. It won't be sustained.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
There you go.
Lono, bringing somebody up next.
We got somebody coming up. It looks like, I hope, first of all, I don't know if Nibel's serious back here, but
Nibel's serious. I'm rooting for Nibel.
we gonna see. I got S&N back here. Go ahead, bring S&N.
S&N.
Can you go ahead and unmute yourself? These
They
are
said S&N, Ryan, not S&M.
Yeah, we're here.
S&N. What up? With you anonymous tonight?
We going anonymous. So
Come
it's
on.
me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is
okay.
dope.
So
This
y'all
is dope.
are y'all married or in just boyfriend girlfriend?
Just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
Officially, about 7 months.
Okay.
Okay.
But we've
Okay.
been talking for about 2 years.
Okay. Where y'all located?
We in Georgia.
Georgia. And how old are you, by the way? How old are both of you guys?
So we are both 34.
There we go. 34. What's your question tonight? First couple ever coming on the
Yeah,
initiation hotline.
congratulations.
First time we've ever had this happen on Harley Initiated.
This
Big
is
shout
excellent.
out.
Hey, that boy is invested.
Yeah, right. Hey, shout out to my brother, man. I want to hear the brother's voice. What up, brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
What's going on? We're going definitely in Georgia. All right. What's your question tonight?
Okay, so we have a pretty good relationship. But foundationally, we disagree on some things. The biggest thing for me is our spiritual beliefs are, he don't like the word religious, but our religious beliefs are my religious belief. And that's like, is it really going to work? Like, he says it could, and I'm kind of like, because my faith is foundational in a way, I don't feel like it could.
Okay, so let me ask you. When you say your spiritual or your religious belief is foundational, tell me how the way that he shows up does not fit into the foundation in the way that you imagine it. Because what that tells me is there's some part of you that's worried that you can't have the experience that you want to have with him.
No, that's a good question. So I feel like the way he shows up aligns with what I believe. Like I'm a Christian, so I would say that his behavior, yeah,
His behavior, what?
it aligns with most of my with my spiritual belief system.
So the other piece of this though is there is a worry that you're having. So what I'm more curious is when you look into the future trying to figure out how this could work, what is the concern? Is it that you want to be able to worship with him and he doesn't? You want to be able to pray with him and he doesn't? You see yourself wanting to go to church with him and he won't? Like, what is the thing that gives you pause?
So it's all of those things. But the biggest thing for me is that, like, we look into the future and we're trying to raise a family. Like, we both have children. So we're trying to, like, I'm teaching my child one thing, and I'm not saying he would teach his child. His thing is, like, she just believes what she wants to believe. But it's kind of like, how can we raise a family? And that's a big part of my family, like going to church, praying. Also, like, I have this thing about covering. Like, I want to, which I have to work on, but I want to submit to my husband, but I would like for my husband to be submitted to God.
Okay, so at the end of the day, then you have a very tough conversation that the two of you have to have, because what you're talking about is the version of forever that you want to have. And the two of you have to talk about those versions to see whether or not your forevers go in the same direction, or are you incompatible in such a way in the foundational areas that in order for one of you to be winning and having the experience that you want, the other person is losing. So the question really becomes, when you tell him the future that you want and the role that you want your husband to be in, the very tough question is he your husband or is he sitting in your husband's way? And vice versa. So all of the questions that you guys are having, don't make them rhetorical questions. Make them questions that say, if we were to partner forever, how would we navigate this? And can we do this based upon agreements? It's okay that you don't see things fundamentally the same to start with, but there is what is in your best interest, there's what's in his best interest, and then there is what is in the best interest of the marriage that the two of you would create. So talk about what would it look like for us to be in a marriage together, and then decide, is that the experience that both of us want to have? Okay.
I want to get, speak to the brother and just get your general, opinion on this. What's going on your end?
So, I mean, for me, she the one who for real have most of the problem. Like, again, like, I would just consider myself just strictly spiritual. Like, I really don't try to get into the religious politics in a sense. I just, like, it's just me and God. Like, I'm just a spiritual person. When we get to talking, like, most of our stuff runs a line, but her main problem is that I just don't submit to Jesus, which that conversation get a little weird. But that's
it gets a little weird, or it gets a little uncomfortable, because that's where you guys recognize the friction or the chasm is between the two of you. That's where we don't align, and we don't know what to do with the fact that we don't align. So now it gets a little, we don't know what to do, we don't know what to say, and we can't really solve it. So we just keep spinning and coming back to this place over and over, because we hope that love can be enough. So we just keep pushing forward.
Yeah, I would agree in a sense, but some of the times I feel like it's lack of understanding in a sense, because, like, again, I just feel like it's lack of understanding, because I try to break it down.
On whose part?
In both, like, both of us, like, one, I'm Jamaican, so she's from here, I'm from Jamaica. Like, we were raised in two completely different places, so it's like we're trying to mix, and I'm trying to communicate to her the way I know how to communicate. And it's a lot of time our perceptions that's one of our biggest things, like the perception each of us create. Like when I say something, she feel like this is what I meant when that's not really what I meant, and vice versa. So I feel like, in a sense, that's where a lot of that come from. It's like, it's understanding, because again, when we get to speaking about it, it's like, I try to explain to her, like, so for her, if we're going to get into the religious part, right, for her, it's God is the Holy Trinity. For me, is God is just God, the entity. So because I don't recognize the Holy Trinity, that's where it becomes a problem. Not the fact that I don't recognize God, or it's that's where the problem lies.
Mm-hmm. And ultimately, that's where the solution lies too. Your partner is going to have to decide, does she want to marry a man who does not believe in the Holy Trinity? And is that the experience that she wants to have? Is that the experience that she wants to have in parenting? Is that the experience that she wants to have in worship? And can it work? Absolutely, if two people are willing to make it work. Many interreligious, intercultural, international relationships can be very successful. But if I want to have a particular experience with you and I can't, then let's be real about that, because the experience and the desire for the experience either has to change or not change. So you have a choice to make. But don't sit in a relationship and marry somebody who tells you exactly who they are and then spend the entire relationship fighting trying to get them to change. It's just not fair to either of you.
Man, I
agree. It's tricky.
Very.
Because we've been in multiple, groups of men, having this conversation, and I just cannot say that all the men agreed in the Holy Trinity. I can't say that. And those are some good men.
Yeah.
And so
it's not a question of good, though. It's a question of, are you with your person?
Right.
Right? You get to decide the experiences that you want to have. So do something that your future self is going to thank you for, not be frustrated by. And the beauty in this is that the two of you are sitting in this place now where you have the ability to make a choice. The hard part is there is enough chemistry between the two of you that you don't want to let it go.
Exactly.
But there might not be enough compatibility in the forevers that you want. And so you have to be very careful, because we will choose something because it feels good, but not recognizing that we are setting ourselves up for pain, because a little bit of pleasure is going to cause you possibly a lifetime of pain or make you fight over the experiences that you both want to have.
I totally agree with what you're saying, Dr. Spirit.
It's tough.
And I would also say you have to do what's best for you, because I do think, especially in the church, it's a lot of people saying you need to do this in your relationship. The other person needs to believe this in their relationship. And I find a lot of women actually very confused about that, because guys and men and women are not on the same spiritual journeys. We're just not. And usually the men are the most, I would say, open to deconstructing what faith actually looks like. And they gonna typically take a hard stance on what they believe and what they don't believe, and still be like, no, but why is this an issue?
Yeah, but especially when you get into culture. I mean, he told you, from Caribbean culture, belief systems. He could be Rastafari. He could have been exposed to that as a philosophy. And so fundamentally, you cannot make someone believe something at their core just because you do.
Exactly.
Right. So
I got like, to your point, like, not, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but,
come on.
So what kind of like keeps me hopeful is that, like, again, like, he's Jamaican, but his whole, like, they are Christians. Like, he grew up Christian.
Oh, but now here's the thing. You said something. So you said, what keeps you hopeful? So now let's have a moment of honesty, because now let's talk about what is it that are you going to tell the truth?
She's trying to convert this man.
Because what are you, or maybe not convert him, but she is holding out, but you are holding out hope for what?
I'm holding out. So I want him to, if that's a decision that he's gonna make, that is something that he feels like he wanted to do, I want him to have his own experience.
No,
so
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You are holding out hope for potential. You are holding out hope that this man will become the man that you want him to be, instead of staying present in the man that you have now. And so if you sit here and hold out hope that something is going to happen, that somehow he is going to become the version of the man that you want him to be. And I know you probably sitting over there, I believe in miracles. The Father said he can do all the things. I know that there's going to be just the right thing that happens that converts this man. Then what I'm telling you is that you are not in love with the man. You are in love with the man and the version of him that you are waiting for him to become. And the only place that that man exists is in your mind. Open your eyes and look at the man that is in front of you, because he has told you who he is. He is content with that, and he is content with letting you be you. You are wanting him to change to be who you need him to be.
Longest.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to help you, brother. I'm
Breakthrough.
trying to help you.
Breakthrough.
And listen, and it's not a
let
bad
me tell you,
thing.
I can't say no. Please,
I love y'all though. It's all
much
in
love to
I
y'all,
want
man.
y'all to be
Please,
good. I want
info
y'all to
at
be good.
hardlyinitiated.com.
Please email us.
Let us know how this progressed. When y'all make a decision on this, please email us personally. Info at hardlyinitiated. I want to know. This is so important. That was such a great conversation, because I think a lot of ladies are with two different men. A lot of them.
They don't realize they are.
The man that they hoping for.
Come on, and it's a concept.
Hey.
See, she got it. She
Hey,
got
hey,
it.
hey, come on now. You're off the stage now, man.
No, she got it. It
That was somebody else.
No, I said,
It
let me
clicked.
tap on in.
Come on.
Peace and blessings, Ryan and
Hey.
Tyshawn.
Peace
Later.
and blessings.
Lionel, do your job now.
Hi,
that's
hi,
somebody
Dr.
else.
Spirit.
Oh, wait, this is,
I
wait, hold on.
I didn't even know it was unmuted, but
She said she jumping
that
in.
was-
Let's go.
that was my thought process. Exactly. You know, women fall in love with who they want
Hold
men
on.
to become.
Hold
but not who
on.
they are. And as a woman of God,
Hold
Hold
on.
on, we got
hold
you.
on,
Relax,
hold on.
relax,
You can't
relax,
come up
baby.
on here and hijack
Relax,
the
relax.
show. What is going on
but I'm
right
glad she
now?
was
Wait, they
feeling
said
it.
wait,
I'm glad she was
pause.
feeling it. Who is that
They
we were
said
just speaking to?
pause.
Who is that?
Is Narcissa.
Narcissa Angelique.
Now look,
Come on,
Narcissa
Narcissa
Angelique.
Angelique.
you acting like a narcissist right now. You got to let us call you up.
I'm sorry.
And introduce you.
Yeah, she was
I'm
happy.
excited.
She was
Thank you.
co-signing.
I get it.
Come on,
I
sis.
get it.
Come on.
I get it. So hold on here, because this is really
We got you up
important.
next.
We got you up next. I want to talk to Dr. Spirit real quick. We got to break
Okay.
this stuff down real quick,
That was
because
a lot to
that-
unpack.
Was it?
it was a lot to unpack.
Okay.
And I want to be able to talk to that woman real quick, because I know some women needed to actually hear that.
Yeah.
The woman who's actually dating a man in her mind and in real life, it's two different things happening all at once. and
They're
that can be
dating
very
potential.
confusing.
They're dating potential. Who he has the potential to be. Because, see, we have the potential to be all things, right? But you don't want to date potential. You want to date the actual person now, recognizing that if they don't change a single lick from who they are today, do you believe that you could be happy with them for the rest of your life?
I don't like that question. I remember somebody asking me that question, and the reason I don't like that question is because I acknowledge that the only thing guaranteed in life is change. And I'm gonna change. You're gonna change. Your body's gonna change. Your mind's gonna change. Your interest's gonna change. So,
But
for me,
fundamentally, though, Tyshawn, you have been who you are since you were a very young boy.
now that is true.
And
This-
you will be who you will be 80 years old and still be this man. I promise you. Now you will be, if you do it well, you will be wiser.
Yeah.
You will be more intellectual.
I
You
have
will
a full
be-
beard.
you-
I have a full
maybe.
beard.
Well, we don't
I'm gonna be a problem at like 45.
I love it. He said, I'm going to be an absolute problem. Your wife will correct you. She will get it together.
She's gonna benefit.
Yes,
She's gonna
but
benefit.
the idea is fundamentally we are very much who we are, right? And the only place that you exist in that potential place, like your wife, if she's not clear on who you are, will constantly be trying to push you, whether consciously or unconsciously, into the version of yourself that she wants you to be, with no regard for whether or not you want to be that person, whether or not that feels satisfying and fulfilling to you. So it is important for us to recognize that we do not want to date potential. Now, if you're in you're 18, you're 19, you're 20, then you might only have potential to be able to show in terms of like who I want to be, what kind of career do I want, where do I want to live. We don't have really anything to base it on. But after you've had some time under your belt, after you've had some career experiences, some lived experiences, who you are for the most part is who you are, unless there is some traumatic or some dynamic work that is going to happen that creates a paradigm shift in who you are.
Now, last question, because I also don't date potential, because I feel like when we
Okay,
look
you date
at
potential if you want to.
when we look at each other, I want to create the difference between what I'm saying, because we all can look at a man and you see a man, he's ambitious, he may not have it all together, but you see where he's going. That to me is also potential, right? Like you see that this young man here, he's hungry, he's waking up early, he's reading, he wants more from himself, he can tell you a vision. It ain't here yet.
Yeah, but that doesn't change who he is. That changes what he's going to have.
So I want you to talk. So
things.
break that down, because I think we'll confuse that, because you got some women who want finished products. And
Well, none
they
of
don't-
us will ever be finished.
Well, they want finished products in the physical or external of a man,
Like in the bank account, in the
the
car
bank
he's
account,
driving,
in the status, in the accomplishments. They want that, but that might be where the potential lies.
Well, and I would say be very careful if that is what you use to choose, right? Because what happens then if that man loses his career? What happens if he loses his physicality? What happens if disease sets in? What happens if fundamentally all you are left with, and I use all in air quotes here, if all you are left with is the man? So if you fall in love with the things, if you fall in love with the lifestyle, if you fall in love with any of those things, recognize that any of those things can be taken away. And fundamentally, do you have a relationship that at your core mirrors the level of intimacy, the intellectual intimacy, the recreational intimacy, the emotional, the sexual, the spiritual? Do you have the fundamental foundation so that if everything were to fall away and the two of you had to rebuild from scratch together, would this still be your husband? Right? If my husband, if we lost it all, if we were homeless, we would be homeless together. Whether we go to the mountaintop or to the valley, we go together.
That's
and it
beautiful.
has nothing to do with what he is creating and who he is materially. It is who he is fundamentally at his core, who he allows and encourages and nurtures and calls me to be at mine. Right? Certain things money cannot buy, money cannot satisfy, and you will sit in the prettiest houses that become prisons with accounts that have more commas after anything and feel more empty and alone in those places and spaces than you have ever felt in your life if you choose the wrong mate. And everybody will tell you, stay. I mean, why are you going to let go of a good man? Not recognizing because that's somebody else's man, and that is why you are miserable.
All right.
Just
I
trying
got
to
it.
tell you so you don't be that,
Yeah.
right? Because brothers be mad then. Why she leaving? Because she's not happy. Because she's not happy.
There you
And
have
why
it.
would you want her to stay
Right.
when she's miserable?
Yeah, I get it. I want to actually bring my sister up here. Is it Narcia?
Bring her up. Then
Oh
we got
yeah,
some
bring her
super
because
chats.
you put her out on. It's
I
been a
did.
long
Bring her real
time.
quick.
Bring her
I
back.
had to put in time out. What's up, sister? How you
Narcissa.
doing?
Hi, peace and blessings, Ryan and Tyshawn. I am blessed and highly favored, and just by coincidence, happened to chime in to this live.
So give me your
And-
name. So by the way, give me your name, age, location, and relationship status.
Narcissa Anjali, age is 45. I am divorced, single mother of four, three living. One has gone home to be with our Creator. But I am, for all intents and purposes, I am married. I'm married to my Creator. And that's how I see it.
Why you
So-
chuckling? You just done chuckled.
No, because she threw me for it was a little plot twist on it. So
I'm married.
I like the way she put that together just
am-
then.
Okay.
Right, I am
the
bride
And give us your.
of my Creator.
So
I
hold on,
met you
listen.
two.
So hold on, wait,
I
listen,
just-
listen.
I thought she sound familiar.
I want you to, because I can already tell you got a big, fat, beautiful personality. But I want to aim this. I want to aim this thing here. So can you please go ahead and give me your question here?
My question for Dr. Spirit and what I would like to know, not just from, well, I guess your perspective, but just in general, as a God-fearing woman, and knowing what it is to be a wife, I am just baffled by all of the um, all of the tips, all of the, this whole, advising women on what to look for in a man, because biblical, that's backwards. Women don't chase, we attract. So I'm just kind of confused why people are giving women that desire to be married tips and suggestions on how to find a good man, where to go look for a good man. It just, to me, it's a situation
Hold
that
on, wait. All right, I want to get back to it here. What is the question? Just to be clear.
that's my question.
I got her.
So you're saying how? So
Yeah,
So just to
why-
be clear,
like,
the
why-
question: why are people giving tips to find a good man when you're supposed to attract one biblically?
Right.
Okay,
That's
got
my
you.
question. Because
There
I
you go.
heard her earlier say, going to this place and that place. And as a woman of God, listening to a woman of God, um, why are we giving women suggestions on where to go look for a man when biblically and foundationally it's not correct?
So let me ask you, if you are going to attract, and let's remember that we don't just attract our husband, let's also remember that it's not just men of God who are out here in the world, okay? A third of the angels were cast down from the heavens, so we out here with a whole lot of everything, okay? So we're very clear on that. But if we are attracting, do you imagine that you're going to sit at home on your couch with the doors locked and like a magnet, he is just going to be pulled in through the walls? And it's going to only be your husband that you are not only going to attract, but ultimately that you would have to make the choice about? Or is it that you would think that every woman should just go ahead and choose any man who comes to her because she has drawn his attention? Because we attract a lot of things now. Let's be real.
And you are absolutely, and I have had my share of wolves in sheep clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I think it all comes down to obedience and your readiness. I think a lot of people are getting into situations just because, like you said, they're tired of being lonely. Can't sit with themselves for, too long a period. Just have this. We have this this facade and this spoon-fed idea that we have to be mated to be whole. But when you're one with yourself and you're one with your creator, you know that when it's your time, when it's seed time and harvest, that God is going to send you what you need. And I believe that. But I think that the patience thing, the stigmatism on, women, getting up there in age, like I'm, 45 and I should be, throwing the towel in, and, I don't have much more life yet, and just all of these things that are making people panic and settle. So I do. I absolutely. I had a conversation with. It's funny. I don't know how.
Hold on. We got to be brief and brilliant. That's what we do on Harley Initiated. So we're gonna be brief and brilliant tonight. But I think we're gonna be doing two different things here, because at first it's like, why are we telling these women where to go find good men? Because you're supposed to attract them. Dr. Spirit says, is the man supposed to come through the walls? And you say, no. I mean, you right, but, and we start going somewhere else.
Well, but I don't think she sees the contradiction in a lot of the pieces in how she's showing up, right? Even in the fact that she's married to her creator. So this whole idea of biblically, he didn't say that he was marrying us. That's your father. It's not your husband.
He
And
is my husband.
I got you. He is.
He is. That's my husband, my father. I mean, he is everything. Just like we want our husbands to be. Your husband is God's extension of himself on earth.
Well, I
So
think
he's-
everybody is going to see it differently. All we got to do is open up the book of Genesis to see that he made Adam and then who he made us to be. He didn't say, I'm going to be all of those things to you. And if he did, then I guess you don't need a man here on earth. So why are we asking a question to begin with if you've already got the ultimate perfect husband?
But I don't understand why you're saying that's almost contradictory, because God says, that he's coming back for his bride. You have to be a wife to God before you can be a wife to a man.
Okay,
So,
well then you've got it figured out. So then you've got it. You don't need
I
anybody
do.
else.
I do have it figured out, but that's why I'm saying, like, why the misinformation? Why?
Narcissa, do you want to find a husband?
All I
already
want
got
is
him.
what God has for me. That's all I want. All I want is what God has for me. If God has,
Narcissa, this is yes or no question. Do you want to find a husband?
No.
She's already married. So then
Narcissa,
to
we
find a
can't help
husband,
you.
So-
to find a husband, she'd have to get divorced.
Well, so
I'm never divorcing God like that. I don't think. I think that's taking it out of context. Now, what I want, I gave up what I want for what God wants for me.
You
I
think,
thought I knew what I
Narcissa,
wanted with
Narcissa,
my first two husbands.
Narcissa, you think God doesn't want you to have a husband?
Yeah, but he gonna send them to me. He not gonna tell me to go find him.
Well, I don't. Well,
Narcissa,
well,
wait. No,
Go ahead. I'm
because
sorry.
that just doesn't make sense. So, again, we're gonna run it back. Do you want a husband? Yes or no?
Get her off the line.
Well, wait, hold on, y'all.
That's
Don't
rude
disrespect.
as
Let's
a-
not do
as a
that.
God-fearing
Let's not do
woman,
that.
That is rude.
Hold on, wait. No. Listen.
Oh,
no,
that
no,
wasn't me.
No, that wasn't
No.
I wasn't the
I
person that
didn't
said
say
that.
it was Dr. Spirit.
Well,
I didn't say it was, but I just said as for this to be Christian based, and we're supposed to be, women and men of God. Do I desire? Yeah, I guess I do. But if God doesn't want that for me, I'm okay with that. And I think that people need to understand that you have to be content with yourself first before you can look for, want, attract anything.
Well, Narcissa,
Right?
listen. Yeah, this is true. We're gonna let you go in a second because I don't want to cause too much confusion. Because Narcissa, it sounds like you confused. To be honest with you, I mean, you calling up here to ask a question, but then you go and vent, and then you say you want a man, but God is your husband. I think you got a lot of things you want to figure out. I think a lot of people listening got a lot of things they need to figure out. And to be honest, it just sounds like you're very frustrated about your current situation. And I'm not really sure that you're open
You're
to
taking
change.
it wrong. I'm
Yeah.
not
Well-
frustrated about my situation. I'm frustrated about the misinformation and women, God-fearing women are never going to find who God has for them. God sends what he has for you. So I'll let that be my peace. I am happy. I have joy. I have peace. I have, Lord have mercy. But
good.
No, listen. We're gonna go. Listen, much love to you though. I'm so happy that you have joy and peace. But I actually want to go ahead and have a conversation with Dr. Spirit about this because this actually trick. I actually think it's probably some ladies that communicate or think the same things. So I want to have this conversation real quick. So go ahead and mute my sister real quick. So thank you so much for that.
A lot of ladies think that. But I mean, when you plant your seed, planting is an action verb in that case. This is like something you have to do because this is a thing. And I think we have a lot of listeners, obviously, that love God as we do. But, God is going to do his part. You still got to do your part. I think you just cannot forget that.
We brought MJ up, and he actually said that because we talked about wealth. We were talking about financial wealth, and we said, why does he think so many believers are broke?
Correct.
Right, and they have the God of abundance that created everything. You pray to him every day, and what he said was he thinks, which I thought the answer was brilliant, because he thinks that people are confused about what our responsibility is and what God's responsibility is.
1,000%.
As well, because God literally might have a great brother for you at Kroger, right up the street. You just got to be up at Kroger.
Gotta be at Kroger.
You just got to
be
be
at Kroger.
at Kroger. Now, if you sit in the house and forfeit your responsibility to actually take care of yourself,
Yeah.
to be healthy, to invest in yourself, to groom yourself, to cultivate your mind, and to put yourself in certain environments, then you have forfeited your part. So
Unless you want a maintenance man or a criminal to break into your house and fall in love with.
So this is, and I think that's the thing. So when you got some ladies, getting some game on, hey, you literally have not done anything to enjoy yourself or had a hobby in 2 to 3 years, you should probably go get some hobbies. That might be a great way to go meet a guy. I don't think that is her doing it, because I think what she's really worried about is operating in desperation, operating in disappointment, that she won't find somebody because I've probably done these things. I felt like I was putting myself out there. I kissed the wrong man or put myself out here because I was operating from this place, and I'm not doing that no more because I'm married to God.
I'm just leaving it up to God.
Now,
it's God take the wheel.
Let me tell you, I spoke to a brother. I literally spoke to a brother. And he's telling me, absolutely convinced, Dr. Spirit, absolutely convinced that it just does not work. He's launched some businesses. He's done that thing. Absolutely not. Like, business, no. They failed, they this and that. And he's convincing me, while you'll be further along with a job, most of these entrepreneurs broke. They just be flexing online. I'm going to do this. And when I'm also asking his ambitions is to have this level of freedom, this level of autonomy
that a job will never give.
That a job can't really give him. But he also has these beliefs that all the things that will probably create that also are horrible. And when I started breaking down all the things he's been through in his past failures, I started seeing many of what you're talking about. Like when somebody has truly been disappointed, because it was big too. Like, he literally got evicted. Like, he really experienced, like, he got put
hardship. He experienced trauma.
He did.
In entrepreneurship.
He did. And now, because of that trauma, entrepreneurship and business don't work. In fact, I'm not even trying to do that again.
Yeah.
Even though deep down inside, there's parts of me that really wants the fruit of that.
Yeah.
Right? And that can happen in so many different places of our lives, and we just got to be very careful and aware, self-aware. Take such deep inventory, question what you, be sure that what you believe and why you believe what you believe, wrestle with what you believe, question, be thorough about it, because especially in our community, we've really been attacking limiting beliefs all these last few months in our community. I've been also doing that personally as well. And when you do that, you'll be one of the most scariest things, especially the believers. You might, if you throw a little God on something that you think you believe, that might be one of the best ways for you to justify some bullshit. That might be the best ways for you to justify. So you just got to be very thorough and careful, guys, with what we tell ourselves, the narrative we write in our minds. So just be careful and thorough about that. But
and also making sure that your relationship with the word needs to be the open door in the journey, not the wall that stops you from doing the work. Right? Because if you don't do the work in order to lean on understanding, also recognizing that unfortunately so many of us don't even pay attention to the fact that we don't even have all of the word, that all of the books of the Bible are not even present and accounted for. Most of us aren't even reading all of the text. We're reading the slave Bible, so literally it's just a version and a fraction. Then we don't give ourselves the place and space to recognize that there is more than what we see. There is more to a story. And so if you think that you've already got it all figured out, the only thing that I can say is that the scripture tells us that he would deceive the entire world. Not some, not everybody except for you. And so if you have always had the beliefs that you have had from the beginning of time until now, then recognize that you may still be operating in deceit. Okay, it's just we have to think about it, and we can't use content as a way to stop ourselves from doing the work on the trauma and the earthly experience that each of us are having. It's just a part of it.
I want to bring somebody else up from the hotline real quick, though. Hotline, please. Let's go ahead and keep the hotline rolling, keep the hotline flowing. Who else we got back there, Lano?
We got Naya.
Okay.
Missy.
Naya, can you unmute yourself real quick? I want Naya to come up here and talk to us tonight.
Yeah, listen, and it. Oh my God.
Can you guys
What's
hear me?
wrong? What's
Hello?
wrong?
What
No,
up, Naya?
it's just wild, you know, because I
Hi.
can tell this is just, you know, sometimes when people are doing things or people are getting certain counsel, it can just be abrasive to them because they've just worked so hard to believe the exact opposite.
Because they've gotten to a place where they're doing the best that they can to take care of themselves.
Exactly.
So when you get to that place, you say, I don't want anything poking a hole in that. So I'm good. That's what I mean about a wall.
Yep.
Right. So when you have experienced something and it's taken you that long. So for the last young lady who was talking, with 2 divorces, with the loss of a child, with all of those things, to deliver yourself, or she may say to have her father deliver her from that, she will be unshaken from what it is that she believes. And as it should be, if that's how you want to live.
Right.
But not everybody has had that walk, that journey, or that set of belief systems.
I agree. But this is a thing, you know. She may, or anybody may come with that wall, but if you rocking with us, I know that you really want to tear down that wall, you know. So I'm still very happy that she called in.
I am
think that
too.
was
We
good.
actually got Kosher Leotards just put in a super chat. You don't ever let the person who traumatized you win by building walls around yourself so you're never hurt again. God don't want that. He wants you to move forward and give him the glory from your recovery. Angela also put a super chat in here. Did you see that super chat?
Yeah, shout out to Angela. Says, hey, fellas and Dr. Spirit, what are some key areas one should discover in their single season to determine compatibility in relationship? Great question, Angela. We're going to hold tight on that one while we take this next call because I got a follow-up question behind you, Angela. And shout out to Couture Leotards just for just dropping the bottles, you know, 5 memberships all around. She's looking out. I appreciate you. And let's take who's the young lady that we got on?
We got Naya on here.
What's up, Naya? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We
Good.
Go ahead. Give me your age, your location, and your relationship status.
I'm 24. I live in Illinois, and a young gentleman is currently courting me.
Okay.
Okay. How long that's been going down?
About a year.
Okay. And you 24 years old?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the youngins on here tonight.
Are you looking, you know, to be in a serious relationship?
Yes. I'm sure you know what courting means, and he's been intentional since the beginning. So, yeah.
Okay.
First of all,
okay.
I like this young lady.
I'm
Naya,
sure you know.
Okay.
Naya ain't playing.
Listen, I
Because
just
how
wanted to
you
get
know
clear.
I'm not in a serious relationship now? You
Yeah.
asking, am I looking to be?
Yeah,
How
don't
you
you
know?
be trying
I
that.
just wanna
I'm
make
sure
this-
you know what courting means.
I-
Wait,
I hope-
you anonymous tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let me. Are you sexually active in this relationship?
No. Since the beginning, I hear all the time, I've heard you guys talking about how, like, men don't want to wait until marriage. Since the beginning,
Whoa. Who said that?
Wait, what?
Who said that?
Well, I'm a Christian woman, right? In the Christian community, I hear all the time women say, "Oh, men don't want to wait until marriage." In my situation, I told him in the beginning, I'm not having sex at all until we're married, and he has to stand on that. Stood on
Okay. Okay. Well, what's your question?
My question is, he's a nice man, he's a good man. However, I have some concerns about marrying him.
Okay. What's your question?
My question, sorry if I'm a stutter, I'm a little nervous.
No, you good.
No, you
You're
good. You good. You
No,
communicate very well.
Listen, you done hit all the points right, and you ain't giving it up yet.
Right.
So you doing good. 24. Let's go, sis. Let me help you.
I don't want to tell you what I was doing at 24.
So my question is, what should I do in my situation? I'm reading it. I'm a Christian woman who is 24. I want to be married. So there's this man that has been courting me for about a year. He is a good man. However, he lost a close friend almost a year ago. Ever since that happened, he's been going downhill. He is surely but slowly getting it together. However, he is still not doing things that I do not want in a partner. I love him and can see myself with him. I don't want to leave him. However, I am scared and have some doubts about a relationship. Kind of feel like I am settling, a little bit. I know this is a lot and all over the place. So, yeah.
No, it's
No,
not.
you
It's not
good.
a lot
You
at
good.
all. And what I would say is, if you have concerns that you are settling, that says that there is some part of you that believes that you could have more or better. And by more or better, I mean what's more or better compatible for you. So you recognize that he had this trauma, and unfortunately, he's not doing what he needs to heal himself. But now my question is this: the things that you believe that you're settling for, do you believe that that's a result of the loss that he experienced? Or are you learning about these pieces of incompatibility now that you guys have been courting for a year?
I believe it's both. Like, I desire a man who's very ambitious and driven, and I'm driven, and I've noticed he's not as driven as me. And I don't mind helping him. Like, he wants to be a businessman, and I'm here to help him, especially if I'm gonna be his wife. But like, I can't keep pushing him like I'm his mother. It's draining. I want to be the feminine woman. I don't want to be a strong Black woman, especially in a marriage.
So now here's the question.
I'm
If
sorry,
you-
Dr. Spirit. How old is he, by the way?
He'll be 27 on New Year's Eve, 3 years older than me.
Okay.
So what was he doing before he lost his friend last year in terms of things that let you know that he was ambitious, he was a go-getter, and he wanted exactly what he said that he was trying to have?
He told me in the past that he worked on his business, etc. Then he also said he would get distracted with playing video games, and he said he took the video games away, then was back on being focused. Then after he lost his friend, he started playing video games excessively to deal with the trauma. And I understood, and I had patience, and I just tried to be supportive, compassionate. Then it just became like extreme.
Okay, so he was already doing the behavior before, and I don't know if that was recreation or if that was coping strategies. And then he lost his friend, so now there's some grief. So now he goes back to what he was already doing before he lost his friend to make himself feel better. So what I would say is, to me, it's already a yellow flag even before the friend. And before you push forward, I would want you to know the answer to this definitively. So there's one of two things that's happening. Either he is in a grieving process and he may need some assistance, because the game is only self-medicating, it's escapism. So that's not going to help him get better. So the question is, does he love you enough and does he love himself enough to get the help that's necessary? Because if not, then this is the person that you're going to have. The trauma is not going to resolve itself, especially if we're a year in. We're talking it could be prolonged grief disorder. So it's not going to just resolve itself, but I'm also not 100% certain that that is what the issue is. I think you might have seen a little bit of it prior to. He had the ability to overcorrect or to make the adjustment, but is he going back to who he's always been? Because a lot of people want to be millionaires, but they don't necessarily have the discipline that's necessary to go get it. Okay. They may say it would be great. Of course, I want to be a millionaire, and if I ever won the lotto, then I will be. But that's why most millionaires are bankrupt after 3 years, because they lack the discipline that's necessary in order to maintain that kind of lifestyle. So I would say the jury is out. And if your intuition is telling you you're feeling like you're settling, I would say listen to yourself at this point, especially if you're not clouded by sex and all the other hormones that go along with it. Don't go forward. Get some resolution. Otherwise, go back.
I'm curious. How old is the young man?
27.
Say 27. Okay.
Well, on New Year's Eve, he'll be 27.
Okay.
So the question is, what does he say? Have you addressed your concerns with him?
Yes, I have. And he has gotten better since we are Christian. He's been going back to church because when he was depressed due to his loss, he wasn't going to church or anything. So I think some improvement. And I've spoken to him and stuff. And there's other times where I speak to him about his issues, he gets defensive. Like, I'm not here to
Yeah. See, and what I want you to make sure of is in this situation that what he's not doing is just getting better, i.e., he hears your mouth, he gets well enough in order to get you off of his back. And then when he falls back into it after you guys are good again, then the pattern is he just lacks self-motivation. Right? Be very, very careful, because how you start is how you will continue. And all the things that you're talking about, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, are you having the experience that you want to have? And if not, then don't commit yourself to this experience for forever.
Right, because I'm leading the relationship, and I don't feel comfortable as a woman leading the relationship.
Then maybe he's a good man who needs some work, but he's not necessarily your husband.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Yeah, he might be, but he might be a good man that needs to be led and that needs to be cajoled and needs to have a woman that every so often goes, all right, now you need to get up. All right, now that's long enough. All right, now you need to go to church. All right, now. All right, now. All right, now.
That ain't no good man to me.
That ain't no man.
The facts.
Yeah.
Well, it's somebody, man.
It's tough too, but she's young. I mean, she's not giving it up.
Right. So the question, this is the
yeah.
thing. If you've done everything right, quote unquote, to create the experience that you want at 24, you're a virgin possibly, or you're abstaining, you have no children, you have no outstanding commitments,
Yeah.
you are emotionally available, spiritually available, financially available, you've done the work to be somebody's
She
wife.
on here watching Dr. Spirit as
Come on,
9 p.m. at night.
Right.
Choose the husband that comes up over you, not the man that you have to pull up from under you. Okay, you have the ability. Choose it. Choose it well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Time to walk away from that one.
And I hope I didn't come on here aggressive. I'm just very direct, and I know.
Girl,
Tashawn
I
was-
love it. No, listen, you don't have to be anything less than you are. Choose your compliment. Be your fullest expression of yourself, because your husband can take all of it and more. Okay?
Thank you, Nia. Thank
Period.
you so much for coming up here. Okay, sweetheart?
Yeah, no need to apologize. I thought that was cool.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
You have a good night as well.
Hey, run for your life.
She got to get out of there.
All right, we got a super chat. Slave of Christ came in. Interesting show. Dr. Spirit mentioned that most of us aren't reading all of the texts. We're reading the slave Bible. Unless I've mistaken the Bible.
That's literally what it's called.
We are reading contains Exodus, the slave Bible removed. If I'm not mistaken, because I think in context, Dr. Spirit, you let me know if this was it. You were saying she needs to make sure she reads everything. If not, she's reading the slave Bible.
She won't be able to read everything, because we know that some of the books that exist are not in the current word. So my point is, don't think that you are absolutely cooked and finished to put a wall up to say, I have all the answers. Be open to the reality that there are some parts of the word that we do not know. So when you say, absolutely, there's nothing else, there's this, and why isn't everybody doing it this way based upon my understanding, that already says that you are not open to the realities of the word, not open to the realities of the world, and that is going to limit you. And the expectation that everybody should do it according to the rules and your understanding automatically creates the contradictions in the questions that you're asking.
There you have it. There goes the response from Dr. Spirit, just so you guys know.
You got some people in here that say keep dating.
By the
Oh,
way,
for
the
Ni-
hotline,
for
I think we
Nia?
still got people back there on the hotline. Keep the hotline going.
She
Keep the
on bruh
hotline
neck.
flowing.
I was looking at the chat. The chat is crazy.
Who back there? Who we got next on the hotline, Lano?
Shout out to Dirty Woman. Y'all need to make sure y'all go check out her IG. She's got an incredible testimony and story to share. And she really putting y'all on some game, some scripture, everything included. So make sure all y'all got to do is literally click her profile and go to her page. Check it out.
Who we got back there, Lano?
We got 8 folks back here.
Oh, my goodness.
we gotta do
It
this.
is popping.
Yeah.
So funny.
Oh, my goodness. First of all, Courtney is... I was going to call Courtney up,
She
but
said
Courtney
hello.
just unmuted her mic.
She said hello.
Courtney said, move out my way. Hello.
And fortune favors the bold.
Come
Courtney,
on,
can
let's
you give
go.
me your name, age, location, and relationship status?
Yes, apologies. I thought I was late. My name is Courtney. I'm 39 and I'm from Louisiana and
Okay.
single.
Come on, you ain't late. You right on time. Let's go.
You said 29 or 39?
39.
39. Got it.
What is
86
your...
baby.
And what, by the way, is your question for the night?
So my question might be complex, but I want to know Dr. Spirit's thoughts and possibly 1 or 2 practical steps on. I'm just gonna speak for myself. So I have CPSD, where I'm aware of that. I've been in therapy for years. I have a career.
CPSD or CPTSD?
Complex PTSD.
There we
I'm
go.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's okay. I'm just making sure. Listen, because people got all kind of acronyms. I'm like, hold on, let me make sure I got the right thing happening. Okay.
Yes,
So you
yes,
got
yes.
complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So for those of you who don't understand what that means that there have been multiple traumatic events that she has experienced over her lifetime, not just one single thing.
Sure, I got that too then.
And that's CP.
Yes, C-PTSD,
Got it.
complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
That makes
All right,
sense.
cool.
Okay.
What's your question now,
Which I
sister?
did. Yeah, correct. Which I didn't know exist. But stemming from childhood and then growing up and making really bad decisions based off of the hurt and unhealed trauma from there. So I re-injured myself. So now, fast forward, I'm at a point in my life where I desire to be married. I am a believer in Christ, and I'm trying to do this the way that I believe God wants me to do it, in the sense that all the other ways that I've tried were wrong.
Said I done tried it every way but his way. Come on. I'm trying to get it right this time.
And I'm very much teachable. So, I'm celibate on purpose until I'm married. And if I don't get married, that's okay. I know that I'm a whole woman. However, I do believe that I have the qualities to be a great wife, because I do honor and recognize marriage to be the image of Christ and his bride. And it means a lot in the spirit realm. So I might be getting too spiritual, but basically I know the warfare that may come with it. So my question is, I want to know, how can I position myself to be seen, and to also notice. I know that I'm aware of all the red flags from my experience, what not to go for, what not to look for, but I don't want to be closed-minded. So for instance, like, I don't mind going out and I don't want to call it dating, but like, let's go out and have a friendship date or whatever. Like, we can go bowling or something, or go out to eat or something like that. But not dating in the sense that we're exclusive. Like, like I can't date anybody else, or I can't have other friends. Not that I have a lot of friends, but it's just that I'm single until I'm not.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I wonder for you also, this idea of you're so focused on the red flags and not dating to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
If you've done the work to heal yourself, then let's not do that. Okay. And the reason why is because if we're holding the red flags, then the only thing that we're trying to do is make sure that the next man ain't everything that the other men were. And so we can let that go. If you have done your healing work, then what you want to do is focus on showing up from your present. And what you want to make sure of is that he is not indicative of the past, so that you're not having the same kind of experiences. He does not feel reminiscent or familiar, but he does not need to be the complete opposite of everything you've ever done. And this is how people make mistakes sometimes, because they go, if this is what I did before, I need to go all the way over here. When the reality is you need to be somewhere really in the middle, right? Because your complement is somewhere in the middle. And so what I would say is, have you done enough of the work that you trust you, that you are clear on you, and that you are in a love affair with you, so that in order for him to get your attention, he would have to be loving you more than you're loving yourself?
I would say absolutely. And I think my work is ongoing, because I realize that that's a tool in my box. So therapy is a thing that I don't mind continuing. My faith is one of my foundations, and I have a multitude of counselors. So I'm discipled by some women that are older than me. I'm active in my church, but I also want to not fall into that wall from a caller before mine, like, and so I want to be realistic, and I like what you're saying, so that aligns, but I feel like I am doing those things, but it's something else I'm missing.
Okay, so let me ask you then, are we missing who our husband is? Like, when you think about you and you think about the man that is your husband, right? what do you want your husband for? When you close your eyes and you see the snapshots of the future that you're trying to have, the life that you're trying to have, who is he? What are you doing?
Well, we both would be definitely hard workers, entrepreneurs. He would be someone that prays with me and prays for me. He's self-differentiated, but also cohesive. I could see us working together, maybe having a business together.
What kind of business?
Something that deals with building people up. I'm in a social work field, so I very much, that's a calling for me. So that would have to be something. My husband also has communication skills, empathy, understanding. He doesn't have to be perfect, but just willing to learn and be understanding and understand when I'm drawn to be there for other people and have room for that.
So do you do a lot of volunteer work?
Not right now because I'm in direct practice. I actually work from home a lot.
So we ain't finding them at home, but here's the thing, right? So I hear you saying in your version of your life, you are going to spend a good bit of your life working. You'd like to be working with your husband, and you'd like to be working with your husband in an area that includes service. So the question is, are you showing up in service-oriented places to meet men who are service-oriented? Are you showing up at conferences that teach entrepreneurship? Are you showing up in programs to learn the art of business? Right? You can't meet somebody who's doing what you want to do if you're not in those places. So if you're wash, rinse, repeat, or showing up and spending your time in places where he wouldn't be, doing what he wouldn't be doing, how will the two of you ever connect to be chosen?
Okay.
That's
really good.
Yeah, so it is working backwards. This is what I try to get singles to be able to do, is to envision as much detail about your person as you can, because that is how you determine where you need to be and what you need to be doing. How do you meet somebody of service if you're at home?
Yeah, and pretty much I work at home. I go to the gym in the morning. On the weekends, it's like my busiest time. I'm on a praise team. I do therapy. I see my family. I go to church. I visit my family.
He can't talk to you then? You working, you praising, you singing. He's not, how there's no room for him. There's no place for him to even connect unless he catches your eye and then hope he see you in the church parking lot. Or unless he sees you when you come out of the gym, right? So this is what I mean about showing up for the experiences and the relationships that you want to have. You have to be in process, in progress already, open and receptive to the introduction of who he is. But you got to know who he is, and you got to know where he is, and you have to make sure you're compatible with that experience.
Man, honestly, well, first of all, thank you so much, sister, for that. Big shout out to you for that question.
Y'all go serve together. Come on now, serve.
You know, it's funny because when I thought about, I didn't think as intentionally about this as you almost kind of painted as an exercise.
Yeah, most singles don't.
I sporadically had these things that I wanted from my partner, and I think I still did pretty damn well, because one thing I did know is it's not important for me to work with my wife. In fact, I'm I kind of don't want to work with my wife.
Yeah.
I'm me for my wife, man, my wife got to be fire at home culture.
Okay.
I want to have a wife who's really good with the family, good with the home. My mom always complaining, I don't see her enough. I want somebody that can manage the family, get everybody together, galvanize.
You wanted somebody who loves the domestics, the family.
I needed that because I remember even as a child growing up, I loved going into great homes. I loved walking into a great home. I loved walking into a home with a culture.
Come on.
I loved going to homes like that on holidays and seeing how they celebrated and had Thanksgiving going on. And I looked forward to another home's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So if you were doing that and you were being intentional, if you were a single and I was working on that, I'd be okay, so do you go to cooking classes ever? Do you go to home design conventions? Do you go to places and spaces where women are and they are focused on the home, where they are focused on philanthropy, where they are focused on enhancing family? Do you go to places and spaces where the woman who would be complementary with the experience that you want to have exists? Or are you going to be like a needle in a haystack and hopefully you get lucky and just happen to bump into somebody and then you happen to have that experience? Or as a dating norm, do you have a concentrated pool of women to choose from who are all, as a fundamental foundation, they have that as the quality and character traits and the experience that they want to have?
You know the tricky thing, Dr. Spirit, because it's so funny, a lot of those, the tricky thing about finding that kind of woman, which my wife is, that's exactly who I found. A lot of those women be the type of women we talking to, they be in the house.
Yeah.
Because they love home. Like they've cultivated a great home for themselves. The home is comfortable.
Oh,
it's
yes.
furnished.
You come in and you go, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. It smells like candles.
Yeah, don't let the homosexuals in, ladies. Don't let them in after you done cultivated it. They trying to move in because they don't want to leave. You made it so nice.
You be the ones they be trying to move in with. It's real comfortable up in there.
Trying to tell you.
And when I tell you, thankfully, I met my lady. It was online. You know, it was shout out Instagram. Instagram's one of the biggest dating site. Thankfully, we connected there because she too. She would have been hard to connect with because she ain't really. Even now, I'm like, babe, go for a walk. Okay, go for a walk. Go outside. And it's not even. She's not unhappy. She's having an incredible time.
She's loving her life inside.
Loving the home, enjoying, telling me about how great her day was when I go home. And you know, that's really interesting though. That exercise, that would have been a lot more, that's a thorough way to think about it in that way. So I'm hoping y'all really taking notes and getting game on that, y'all.
Yeah, because most people are not intentionally dating, right? And so when I try to give them these, like when I work with singles, like one-on-one, child, like that's the fun, right? When they be like, I can't believe it's work. I can't believe I got 5 people to choose from. I didn't think it was that many people out here like this. It's like, no, you just keep putting yourself in the wrong pool.
Right.
Instead of that being the minimum bottom experience that you are available to have. Right? Stop being needle in a haystack. There's abundance out here.
There's a y'all heard us say it out here.
There's incredible men out here. What are you talking about? Y'all are everywhere. They just gotta know how to do it right. Y'all are everywhere.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Right. That's good.
Because a lot of women out here saying, first of all, every woman to get up on here and tell you why it sucks because they live in Atlanta, they live in Miami, they live in Birmingham. This reason, that reason, this reason, that reason, toxic content. They'll find every reason to say why it's not men out here.
Please, I don't know bad men. Not in my circle. I am surrounded by incredible men. And as a matter of fact, I've been to more weddings in the last year with men who are in their 40s and 50s than I ever have in my life. And I mean first time marriages. Y'all don't let these folks out here. I'm trying to tell you, do not believe in the hype. You can have whatever it is that you want. And matter of fact, you are choosing exactly the relationships that you are having right now. So if you're not having the relationship that you want, I want you to see that as a problem that needs a solution and ask the questions. What am I doing wrong? This is what I want. This is what I'm getting. Where is the disconnect between those two places? Because it really is just problems that need the right solutions applied to them. Man, I promise you.
I love that. Well, first of all, listen, I'm not. This is after a full day of work, Dr. Spirit up in here. What's your temperament like right now?
I'm good. Let's go. Do what you do. I know who we are. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, really, Dr. Spirit really be with it when she come up here. It be no games. Bring Letta up here, man. Bring Letta up here. Let her unmute yourself.
And then we got these 2 super chats.
There you go. Letta, we gonna let her talk. You better unmute yourself now.
What's up, Letta?
She already took long, so now I got to go to Sue.
Let's go.
Wait. She's like, I'm on my turn.
Wait, Letta, you here?
Yeah, how are you doing?
How you doing,
Letta, you on here actually twice. That's why I actually saw and thought you wasn't.
Okay, well, I got on my desktop so I could get off my phone.
So yeah, get off one of them. Get off one.
Letta said she was serious. She was gonna get this in.
She said she put multiple bids in to get this one.
You better get it right, Letta.
And I love you guys as always. Do you need me to bring up my camera? I don't mind.
It's totally up to you.
Listen, here's the thing. Only if you're gonna keep it absolutely 100. If you gotta
Of
be
course.
real anonymous, stay anonymous.
No, I there's no shame in my game ever when I come on here.
Come
Oh,
on.
Well, come on. Welcome up.
All right, bring our first
Get it
bold
right.
camera. Our first bold camera here.
You know, because ever since we opened up the anonymous, now we got everybody want to do anonymous.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but whatever,
true.
but whatever you comfortable with, that's gonna help you keep it 100, like you said.
Give me your name. I know your name. Age, location, and relationship status.
My name is Lita.
Come on,
Lita.
I live in Charlotte, and I'm 64 years young.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome. Welcome.
Lita, can you like? I want to see your full body. Can you like scoot back a little bit? Cause I can't really.
Oh, sure.
I just see your head.
I'm fluffy.
There you go. No, what?
You ain't hardly nobody's fluffy, girl. And then she pulls it down and show you the whole curve.
Yeah,
Don't play.
I just see a little piece of your head the way the camera is. So I just want to see more of you. But go ahead. You can go ahead. What's your question?
First of all, I just appreciate you, Dr. Spirit. I wished for the young ladies that are on here that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, I wished back in the day we could have gotten the information that we're hearing on Hardly Initiated now. I grew up in the church, number one, and just hung on that he that finds a wife finds a good thing until I kept reading the Bible. Not every scripture, not every meeting was a woman finding the man, because Boaz was laying down when, who was it? Naomi ended up at his feet. So not every story was a woman finding a man. So I hung on to that. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. And so I was a lump on a log, didn't know how to look for the right type of man. Also too, depending on whether or not you had a relationship with your father or not, that determines how you're going to relate to a man.
Yes.
So because my father wasn't in my life after 9 years old, I didn't know what to look for in a man. So I thought all I had to do was screw him and make him feel real good and feed him real good because I can cook, I can do all that.
Come on.
But it wasn't enough because I had no self-worth. The only worth I felt is only if I was making him feel good in the bed, fixing dinner, doing all those things for him. Okay. And so I eventually got married, was with a gentleman for 2 years. And then because I wanted it to be right in God's eyes, I jumped on the scripture, it's better to marry than to burn. So I didn't want to burn. I wanted to keep having sex in God's eyes. And soon as I got married, it went haywire because I married for the wrong reasons. And so it's so important now. It took years for me to get healed of my childhood wounds. And I had to learn how to love self first.
There we go.
And then once I learned how to love self, then I had to ask God to show me how to love a man. Okay. And so, but it took years for me to get to that point because every man that I fell in love with, and it was only a few, they were just like my father. A womanizer, he could dress. And finally, after my son's father, I went to God. I was like, God, why do I keep choosing these type of men? And he revealed to me, he said, because you're looking for the love of your father in these men. And then my eyes were opened. And so it's like now, my question to you, Dr. Spirit, is for those of us that are in our 60s, late 50s, 60s, and even 70s, you know, because I'm a kept woman still.
Come on.
But I want to be able to live the rest of my life. I'm looking for a friend.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
A friend first, but someone that I can go to the park with, hold hands with, and still just, I know what it is to have good sex. So it's not about sex for me anymore. And I plan on enjoying it to my last breath if I can.
Amen. You better.
In my latter years, it's the little things in life that I appreciate. And being able to share that with a friend. And if it becomes more than a friend, then hallelujah.
Amen. So tell me what else you want to do with him besides walk in the park. I hear I'm looking for a friend, So he's going to be my companion. We're going to walk in the park. We're going to do what else?
Someone that loves to dance. I love music.
Okay.
Someone that likes to, if he can cook, cool. If not, I got it.
Okay.
Someone that just enjoys the little things in life and God-fearing. I am a woman of God.
Tell me about the little things in life. What are the little things that you want to be able to appreciate with your friend?
Family. My passion is to reach the younger generation because I was a lost teenager back in the day, and I made a lot of bad choices as a teenager. So my heart and my passion is to reach the younger generation so they don't make the mistakes that I made. So someone that's about making a difference in the life of humanity.
Okay. So then we got at least 3 places that we can get started at, right? You should be taking walks in the park multiple times a month, right?
And I do every day.
Yes. Do you go to really populated parks?
I do.
Right? And so we are taking those walks in the parks. Do you ever go on like park tours in order to like visit different parks, or do you go to the same park every single time?
I go to different parks.
Okay, so
I'm here in Charlotte.
Yeah,
I love nature.
Yes.
I love jazz.
You
And
go to jazz events?
Oh, definitely.
And are you going by yourself, or are you going with other women?
I normally go by myself. I don't like hanging in a pack. I don't care for cliques.
She's doing all
and
right.
I don't mind going with a sister, but some sisters.
No. We don't need to bring sand to the beach. We don't need to bring sand to the beach. You're doing it the right way. Okay, you're doing it the right way.
And so,
yes.
I mean, if I have to go alone and have a good time, I don't mind doing that too.
Yes, because then he can come. Then he can come and sit by you and say, "Is someone sitting here?" Now, the other thing is this giving back to the youth. Are you already working in places and spaces around Charlotte where you're showing up at those kind of things?
Most definitely.
Okay.
It's my passion.
And are you also going to events that specialize or that focus on this kind of man that would be your husband? Like, in Atlanta, we have things like the 100 Black Men, or we have things like that certain fraternities put on, where there is a pool of the kinds of men that you're talking about?
I have not.
Okay. I'm going to encourage you.
I've tried to do the online dating thing and just to try to get my feet wet. But sometimes people wear a mask.
Oh, of course. Of course.
When you're online.
And
I like to cut to the chase. I don't want to waste anyone's time because life is short and I'm on the backside of 50.
Okay, but let me say this though. But you on the backside of 50, but you're in the 6th decade of your life, and the science and the data tells us by the people who have lived it, who are reporting it, that the 6th decade is one of the best decades of your life. You are officially in one of the best, and you are ready. I get it. She's like, I don't want to wait. I'm ready for him.
I'm blessed. I feel my mom is 96 years young, still in her right mind.
Come on.
And so I believe patience pays. But I'm waiting patiently. And I just want to make sure that I'm ready.
Yes. Well, it sounds like you are. And the thing is also, like I said, don't be afraid to show up. And if you started trying to do it online, let me also say one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they are doing their profiles online, so let me tell you all this too, is that instead of, I lost my headset there, but you guys can still hear me?
Oh, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So instead of, thank you very much, instead of them doing their profile to send the homing beacon out so that the person says, this is who my person is, usually what we do is we do a profile that tells them who we are. I like long walks in the park. I like jazz music. But instead, what we should really be doing is telling him who he is so he knows that you're talking about him. I am looking for my life mate or for my best friend for the rest of my life who's into jazz, who's into walks in the park, who is into serving the youth and giving back. So what you want to do is you want to create a profile that when he sees it, and understand you're going to attract a couple of things. You're going to attract one, somebody that ain't looking at nothing, that just likes you and likes, you called it the fluffy. He going to be like, I'm looking at that too. I want it. Right. So he's not paying attention. Then you're going to attract the man who thinks that that's what he is. She talking about me, but he's an imposter because he can't see himself. Then you're going to attract the person who goes, I just want her, so I'm going to try to pretend to be exactly that. But then you're also going to attract the person that goes, oh, damn, she talking about me. Well, let me drop in here and see what she's talking about. I don't know about her, but I mean, she definitely is saying exactly all the right things. And if you're at an age and a stage where you're ready to go slow, where you feel like I'm looking for just my good time, and I got all the time in the world, so I'm not rushing to sex, I'm not rushing to anything, I'm looking for that slow burn, then the ones that are not him are going to naturally fall away. And so the forever will be the consistency of just doing that day after day after day. So what I would say is don't give up on the online, but also don't give up on the in-person. Charlotte got a lot of nice, sexy, older men. Why are we not going to the places and spaces and have a little bit of networking mixers to say, I'm here? I mean, because you got the person out. Well, I'm clear. Definitely. And she has done the work, and she knows who she is, and she knows how she wants to be loved. And even equally important, she knows how she wants to love him. So now all you got to do is just show up in the experiences that you want to have. Keep doing it, and know you're gonna meet him right on time.
Man, first off,
I like Lita.
Man, Lita, I'm gonna make some calls for you, Lita. I like Lita.
You ain't gonna have to, because somebody done already called. They calling their uncles, they calling their granddaddies right
I appreciate
now.
it.
Hey, Lita, hold on.
Most of the shows y'all do, and it's okay. I'm still blessed regardless of the ages that come on here. But most of the ladies and gentlemen that come on here are in their 20s and 30s. And I just hope as you continue to do your shows, keep it generational. Because what you guys are sharing and giving to us, the younger generation needs to hear that.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. One more tip.
That's exactly what we're gonna do, Lita.
One more tip. Look up meetup groups in your city. All right. Do like meetup, and this is the thing that a lot of people don't recognize. Any interest or hobby that you have, you can find groups in your city that are doing it. So you can do.
Well, I do spoken poetry, so I was starting to show up to spoken poetry.
Hold on.
So I think
let me ask you this: Are you on social media?
I am.
What are you like? Facebook, Instagram?
Instagram and Facebook. La Unique One.
Okay, that's Instagram is what? What's your Instagram?
La Unique One.
Spell it out.
He trying to get you hooked up now.
LA. Unique. One.
Okay, fellas, you got it. All right. LA Unique One. All right.
What's your age group? Are we looking at silver foxes, or what age group are you?
It's Harley. Hey, turn the lights red in here, Lalo.
I am a cougar.
Come on.
But I don't mind. I don't mind 50-ish on.
Okay. She said 50.
Go full screen. We got to show them the vibe.
She said,
in here
"Come
right
here,
now.
young
The vibe
man.
changed
Let
a
me
little
show
bit.
you something. I already got the fireplace going behind me because she talking all my language. So go ahead. I want you to look up meetup groups, long walks in the park, sunset walks in the park, a night of jazz, right? Like all of that. Senior meetup groups, just like whatever are the key words, and watch what pops up in your city. You can take a look at it and just see. Just meetup group Charlotte. African-American men or African-American singles, seniors, and then just watch what pops up.
And Lita, look, I got to let you go because we got some other callers here, but it was great speaking to you.
Appreciate you, Lita.
Fellas.
It's always a pleasure hearing and listening to you guys. God bless you.
Bring your friend back. Bring your friend back when you meet him, Lita. I can't wait.
I sure will.
Hey.
I sure will.
When you bring him back?
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking forward to that.
I like Lita, man.
Awesome.
She got me
You guys have a
motivated.
good night.
You
She's
too.
gorgeous.
Good night.
too, Lita.
I love her.
All right.
Gorgeous. From the inside out. From the inside out.
Oh, from the
Yeah.
absolute inside out. We can get the lights back on, Lano. Like
I
Harley.
mean, that's the vibe.
Oh, that
That's
was
the
after
vibe.
dark.
Oh, y'all like it?
Chilling.
Y'all like that?
Switch it up. Honestly, we gotta switch it up more
Hey.
often, to be real with you. I like
Honestly,
that.
I bet.
Yeah.
Bet. This the vibe tonight, all right? If y'all call on, y'all already see how we rocking, all right? It looks like we got, that was Lita here. We got Tangela been backstage, kind of patient here.
Close to 900 people in the chat. The chat is going crazy. We did have a couple of super chats come in, but I do want to take care of the live callers.
This Teach the Game, y'all. Teach the Game
Shout out to
Thursdays.
Vibrant Waters.
Come on.
How do you differentiate a partner from a trauma bond dressed as revelation when you've been conditioned to confuse intensity with connection? First off, great question. Great question. We want to handle I want to take care of that one, but let's go. Yeah.
Intensity with connection.
Because I think a lot of ladies in particular, because that's the hack. That's literally the hack. Like when I was teaching.
He was teaching the game.
Well, that was back in I was toxic.
He was thinking about it. He was like,
Delano. Should I say that? I was teaching Delano how to do it, but no, it's intensity. Like one of the hacks is when you go on a date with a young lady, you start at one place, but in your mind you want to hit about 3 places, and so you want to take her to these 3 different experiences. So that way it's intense and it feels like she's actually getting more than what you actually bringing.
Or has she got enough sense to know you love bombing her and it ain't healthy to begin with? But that's why we here.
Yeah, but see, they don't got you, Dr. Spirit.
I know.
They don't got
I'm
you.
trying though.
Right.
Come on.
Right. And listen, when they ain't got you, they get us.
They get right. And we teach the hard way.
That didn't sound good.
We teach by the hard way.
Dr. Spirit, if I tell you, if we tell you some of the dark secrets,
you owe a lot of people apologies.
Oh, I do. You know what? Before we go to the next caller, we had a session. We used to do something called Bible on the Beltline. We used to meet with brothers once a month, and we used to do a session. It was we summed up all the men's problems to females, finances, forgiveness, and there was one more, and that's how we used to build the programming. And one on forgiveness in particular, we did an exercise. We had to write down on paper everybody we had to forgive. Like a list. You just sat down and we wrote down every name. Dr. Spirit, every name on that paper was a woman. There was not one man I needed to forgive on that. And see, that's also a trick. That's also, I think, why our community is in the place that it's in right now.
Yeah.
Because we were taught loyalty to men, right? MOB.
Come on.
Right? Like you get what you get here, but you never lie to a man. Death before dishonor.
Yep.
Right? But women, this is how we operate.
Fair game.
They not even human.
Fair game.
Tell them whatever you got to tell them to get what you want.
And that is, man, when you talk
Super
about
sad.
how sick that is, to think that I just literally forego all integrity, character, morals, anything I bring here, I no longer bring here. And yeah, you cause dysfunction, you cause trauma, you cause, distrust, disappointment.
Yeah. And if you can recognize that you inherited a conditioned way of being, then you have to know that the person that you're approaching on the receiving end has likely been the victim of that conditioning too. So when you recognize the anger, the suspicion, the unwillingness to let you in, then maybe you can have a little compassion and grace to recognize I'm not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats, right? But if I'm consistent enough and I give you the space and the grace, then also there is room for you and me to heal in the forgiveness of the trauma that we both endured, right? It just takes time. It takes time.
There you have it, y'all.
Yeah, that's real.
Yo, let's go ahead. Tangela, Tangela, you got to be ready. I want you to go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself now so we can go ahead and get your question. If not, Tangela, we will get over to the next caller. Tangela, that's you?
Yes. Hi.
There you go.
What's up, Tangela? Welcome to the show.
She ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've been watching you guys for a couple of years now, and I love your show, and I've seen it evolve, and I love it. I love everything about it.
Thank
and
you
Dr.
so
Spirit,
much.
You're welcome. And
Hold
Dr. Spirit, I listen to you all the time.
Aww.
And
There you go.
Awesome.
I
we
just,
were
I
family.
just
Come
love
on,
the
fam.
consistency.
Yeah, Tangela spreading the love.
Yes,
Come on,
yes.
Tangela.
So Tangela, real quick, we staying anonymous tonight?
I have to, yes.
Yeah, come
that's
No problem,
perfect.
no
That's
problem.
perfect. Can you give us? Can you give me your age and location?
Yes, I am 56, and I'm in Florida.
And what's your relationship status?
Married.
Okay.
I've
All right.
been
Excellent.
married. Yep. So I've been married for 34 years, but that's about to change. So.
What's your question?
So I would like to know from Dr. Spirit. I have been, like I said, in this marriage for 34 years, since teenager. No, 21, I would say. And we have 4 children. They're all grown, 2 grandchildren. And now, after all of these years of continued physical, emotional, you name it, of abuse to one another, not just him, to me as well. It's come to a time where I feel we've tried and did everything that we could to stay together, because I am a Christian and I wanted to follow my vows. However, it's almost impossible to at this point. And what I would like to know, because I don't want to go into any situation where I am, lonely, sad, more tears, more this and that. But I definitely don't want to be in another relationship no time soon, because I have a lot of trauma that I need to get into therapy for. And I would like to know from you, Dr. Spirit, one, how do I do this, unraveling 34 years, 36 years if you add the 2 years we were together, and start fresh at this age without feeling like I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life?
Well, tell me, what is the story that you're telling yourself that leads to you being alone for the rest of your life? Because that is a vision of creation, a decision that somehow, when I walk out of this is the only relationship that I will ever be in for the rest of my life. Tell me about that belief system.
That's probably part of the trauma of being told that for so many years.
So wait.
Actually,
of being told that. So then that's not even your voice. That's not your script. That is now you rewriting and rehearsing and now preparing to perform what has been imprinted in you.
Yeah,
therapy will undo that. Therapy will undo that. When you decide, I don't have to subscribe to the script that he told me as a means to keep me here, as a means to control me, or as a means to make me believe that this relationship was the only thing that I would ever have. When that heals, your story will heal, your choices will heal, and what you're open to will heal as well. And it's okay to go real slow with yourself and be real gentle with yourself and recognize that here you are with the rest and the best of your life in front of you if you do this the right way. But this is not about being ready for somebody else. This is about being ready to receive you, to heal you, to know you, to fall in love with you, to forgive you, to open you, to learn you, to take care of you, and to give yourself the experience that you thought that you were saying I do to when you were too young to do anything else. And just know that it's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. The kids are going to be okay. The grandkids are going to be okay. And what you're doing is changing the trajectory of the legacy so that the cycle of abuse is healed in the most profound of ways, so that you can finally have the love that you deserve, that has nothing to do with anybody else, but has to do with what your Father had intended and ordained for you. How do you just step into that and let tomorrow take care of itself? Your forever, your person will show up when you are healed enough to receive him. Anything right now would just be something along the way. So it's not even necessary. It's enough hurt. It's enough to unpack. It's enough to try to figure out. You're so full. You're so full, my love. How do you just find the right person to help you just release everything that lives in you now? I'm just sending you all the love, all the light. We all are. I just know everybody is right now. And for anybody else that knows that they are having to step away and make the hardest decision in their life, to choose to live and not die, just know that it gets better on the other side. And every step you take towards him, he's going to take 2 towards you and will carry you when you feel like you can't carry yourself. Hallelujah. It is already done.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
It is
Amen.
already done.
Amen. It is.
Mhm.
Thank you guys. I appreciate I appreciate your time.
We love
appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Tangela. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you. Listen, look, we love you. I hope you really receive that. If you need anything, info at Hardly Initiated. Let us know how everything's evolving with you.
do.
And look, blessings to you and the family, okay?
Thanks, Tangela.
Be that chain breaker. Be
Thank
that
you.
chain
I
breaker.
appreciate it. You're welcome.
There we have it. There we have, man, that's so heavy,
Yes.
man. Divorce is such a heavy thing.
Yeah.
Even when I hear her, just the weight of that. Many people, 34 years.
And it's three generations. I mean, it's her husband, and she's got the children and grandchildren now.
I mean, the pressure, you know, in that decision is so many lives impacted. You know, when you make a decision like that, most of us have probably never felt, you know, a weight that heavy. It takes me back to, you know, being a child, you know, because children, I've only experienced divorce from that point of view, and perspective. And as a child, you're kind of a victim of whatever's happening,
the adults are doing.
whatever the adults are doing, and you
you're at the
experience
mercy
it.
of the experience.
But here's what I can tell you, Tangela. Man, that was such a painful process, seeing all that led up to divorce in my household. Such a painful process, seeing the relationship drag out in the season where it probably should have and could have ended earlier. It was such a painful process when the divorce actually happened and you in that state of confusion figuring it out. But when I tell you, even when I look at my mom, now remarried, I cannot recognize her. She is the happiest woman. This is a version of my mom I've never saw in my life. Like, man.
I see the tears in your eyes right
see
now.
too, yeah.
I see
Damn.
it. Yes. Yes.
Because like, even her, I don't know if she saw her being able to be in this situation.
She couldn't see it, just like she can't see it, because she thought that she would be alone.
All you see is the pain in that situation. But when I tell you, if you do what you're supposed to do, man, everybody else comes out. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. My mom, my sister, my brother, everybody is blessed because she went through that pain and put herself in a healthier situation. So I know you can't see nothing past that pain right now, but you just got to know something else is behind that. You got to know it. And I promise you I'm living proof of that. So yeah, big shout out to you, Tangela. Big shout out. I'm going to go ahead and keep the hotline flowing, y'all. Listen, we're going to only take a couple more. We actually winding down. We getting to the last few minutes on the clock. We didn't hit a 3-hour, close to a 3-hour show here. Already,
it's classic.
It always feels like that.
Okay, okay.
It always does.
I didn't keep y'all awake, did I? I know y'all are young.
We keeping you awake.
Right.
I'm grown. And then I'm gonna get in the car and fall out.
That's all of us.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you really reminded me why we do this for real.
Facts.
And you know, it's just a level of depth that you can get that not everybody can get. And yeah, I
thankful for that.
Yeah, you rocking it.
No, it's like when I look at Dr. Spirit, I always refer to you as just somebody who's just so evidently working in their gifts.
Yeah.
Like you are just such what you do. I mean, the weight of, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even right now, me and Ryan, we talk about this all the time because with a platform like Harley Initiated, you know, it gives us the opportunity, man. If we wanted to go into therapy, if we wanted to go into life coaching, if we wanted to go into pastoral work,
anything,
all of this, this is literally a launching pad. And and don't get me wrong, in my family and my friends, I am the life coach.
Yeah.
I am the person that people
you are
come
the
to
peer
for the
counselor for sure.
1,000%. But I have not been convicted in being that for everybody else. Like I have not said that I want to be life and relationship coach Ty for the world. That's a big decision you got to be convicted in. And you got to be sure about that. And when I see you taking on that weight, because I know the weight of that.
Oh yeah.
I know the weight of that. Most people struggle with just the weights in their own families and homes, let alone taking the weight of thousands of families.
Yeah.
And when I see you so easily, and I know it's not easy, so that's not the right word, but almost so effortlessly, it looks easy from the outside looking in, doing it so gracefully and not letting the weight of that weigh down you.
It's not a weight.
You flow into the room so light and air. When Dr. Spirit walk in here, it feels like
better. Feels better.
Like, dang, we feel it. Everybody feels it.
I love you.
So it's really a blessing. And I hope everybody, even when you see somebody operating in their gifts, it motivates you to want to put yourself in that position, because many of us are not moving in that way.
And this is not, you got to know, it's not a weight for me. It's an honor. Like to sit with people in these spaces, to know them in the deepest parts of themselves, to have someone open themselves to you in ways that they may not open themselves to anybody else in their life at any other point in their life. Like that is the deepest honor. And I've never looked at it as work, because I didn't choose it. I've been doing this since the first grade. He does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. This is the assignment. And I've just been very clear on it. I never chose it. It was literally told to me that this is it. So it's not something that I have to work at. It's just something that I open myself to, and I can hear in a different way. And so it's not what I would want to say. It's not what I think. It's not what I believe. It's what is dropped into me to come through me to who it's supposed to be for. That's just, it's what it is.
And there you have it, y'all. So a couple callers will be blessed tonight on the hotline. All right. It looks like I have sitting back here so patiently, because y'all have, and by the way, the back is just packed right now. We got Terry Anderson back there.
Come on.
Terry, go ahead and pull up here.
Hi.
What's up, Terry?
What
Welcome
up,
to the
Terry?
show.
You staying anonymous tonight?
I don't have to. I just have a bonnet on, so please don't judge me.
Oh,
girl, you better bring
come
that bonnet
as you
and come
are.
on.
What's
tonight.
up, Terry?
What's up,
Hi,
Terry?
pretty lady.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Oh, we good, Terry. Give me your age, location, and relationship status.
Age 44, located in California,
44.
and I'm single.
Oh, well, you said located.
Yes.
Was it California?
Cali?
I am in California.
All right. What's your question tonight?
Okay, so my question, Dr. Spirit.
Yeah.
For somebody who has dealt with, I call it layers of trauma, childhood trauma, abandonment and rejection. Mom and dad wasn't in my life. I even feel like I experienced at levels of even my pursuit of my job and my career. I've experienced trauma and just levels of in regards of like abandonment there, right? And I'm currently in a season of loneliness, right? And I'm doing my healing work. I've been on this healing journey for the past couple of years. However, I kind of feel like for somebody who is trying to be intentional about dating, I'm not really doing good at that. I don't even put myself out there to be trying to be intentionally dating. But for somebody who is trying to intentionally date, who desire compassion and intimacy, I kind of feel like there's this invisibility.
Oh, wait, hold on, because this is the key.
Rid of, or I cannot
Wait, start over. You feel like there's an was that invisibility, or what was that?
Invisibility. Yes. Invisibility that I kind of feel like when I am like talking to somebody, or even when friendships, because I desire like friendships and things like genuine connections and friendships, but it just seems like there's this gloomy thing of I go into feeling like I'm invisible, I'm not worthy to be in relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody who's trying to do her work and is trying to be intentional about like trying to get this thing of like not feeling enough or not feeling worthy or not feeling like I'm seen, how do I change, I guess, my thoughts?
Mm-hmm. It really is about changing the thoughts, but it really more so is about how do you heal the trauma? Because the thoughts are just a perpetuation of the feelings that you've already experienced, right? And so as you are continuing to sit in relationships, I don't care if you sit in a room full of people who everybody has their eyes on you, much like we do now, your filter will not be able to experience that. Right? Because
Correct.
The belief system is I don't matter, you don't hear me, you don't care about me. And so we have to change the narrative. And when you heal enough, okay, that narrative will change. Because what happens is when we're experiencing our lives and we're being triggered by that, triggered by aloneness, triggered by invisibility, the feelings that you're experiencing, you're not experiencing that at your now current age. You're experiencing it at the age of the original trauma, which tells me, because the experience itself is not the trauma, it's what it did to you. That's the trauma. That was just the original hit. But now you have to heal all of the experience that is the trauma. So I'm wondering, with the level of work that you're doing and the type of therapist that you're working with, are you really doing the trauma-informed care that's allowing you to not just talk about the trauma, but to actually heal those experiences and to rewrite the narrative?
Maybe I'm not. Because I do a lot of talking about the trauma, even with my therapist. And we tried some different methods, but I kind of feel like I get kind of stuck in my head by saying I can't do this, I cannot.
You can't do what?
Like
what is it that you can't do?
Like one time we tried, me and my therapist, we tried is it EMDR?
DR.
We tried that, and I got so frustrated because I was trying to figure out, like, am I doing this right? What is supposed to come up? Even as I'm listening and I'm hearing you say, imagine what you desire, imagine where he is. I'm kind of like, I feel like my imagination is not even vivid enough to be like imagining these things that I desire in my life.
Yeah, but see, what you also have to know is, depending on the trauma that you've experienced, you also may have experienced physiological changes in your brain that do not allow you to access those parts yet, because those parts do not yet exist. So sometimes we have to sit in the work long enough for new neurons, new synapses, literally new brain development to also be able to take place. But I'm curious about the work and the competency of the therapist to actually take you to those places and to pull you into that state of growth. So what I would say is, I want you to talk to your therapist about the type of progress that they perceive you to be making, where those limitations are as well, and what their treatment plan is for you. And if they cannot articulate a plan that actually says, I am working to help you make these connections, and this is the modality that we're going to use to get you there, then maybe you guys might need to start talking about some good referrals for trauma-informed therapists, complex post-traumatic stress disorder therapists, and individuals that can help you with faulty thinking and some narrative work. Because right now you intellectualize and can't connect the feelings that are associated with the experiences to even really create those pictures. So you're just caught in that loop. Right? And the loop becomes really important because we get into now affective signaling, we get into feedback loops. I don't want to bore you guys, but now we're getting into the psychoneurology. And so this part becomes really important. Okay, so you need somebody that specializes in this.
Okay.
Man, thank you so much for coming up on here asking. First of all, you could never have asked me that question. So thank you so much, Dr. Spirit, for taking that one for us.
Yeah.
I think we said, Lano, is that accurate? You said we got a brother backstage?
We had a brother backstage, but he left.
He ran out?
Oh, man.
Bruh.
Come on, bruh.
What was his name?
Back. Like,
his
what?
name was Jatarius.
Jatarius?
Come on now.
Yeah, Jatarius.
Come on.
All right, Jatarius, come back here, bro.
Jatarius Smith.
Oh, you ain't gotta say his last.
Yeah,
name.
come on,
he
what's
said
wrong
he
with
said he
you?
gonna put them all the way out
See, he
there.
gonna
Come
be-
on,
Right,
Jatarius.
Don't worry, y'all.
Come on, JS.
Lionel's a snitch. Yeah. Just so y'all know, he will snitch.
That'd be the second man. in
Shout
there.
out to
Come on.
7 La Unique, who we just had on. She actually sent over the super chat. We love you. Appreciate you.
There you go. I want to go ahead here. It looks like we have. I remember it was somebody back here that was unknown. It looks like they're not there. Rebecca's been backstage. Rebecca, unmute yourself.
Hello.
What up,
What's
sister?
up, Rebecca?
I'm good. How are you?
We good.
Good. You sound relaxed over there, Rebecca.
You
What
got
you
your
doing?
sexy
Oh,
voice
you
on.
got out the shower or something?
How you feeling?
I'm good. Can I turn my camera on?
If you, it's up to you.
Hold on. Only if you gonna keep it real. Can you keep it real with your
Yeah.
camera on?
Come on.
All right, there you go. Turn the camera on. We're gonna bring you up here. Give me your age, location, and relationship status.
My name is Rebecca. I'm 22 and I'm single.
Wait, you been up here before?
Yeah, I have.
I remember you.
What's up, Rebecca? How long ago was that?
It was a long time ago. It was a while ago.
I think it was a
She
Soul
only
Tie series.
22. How old was it? Come on now. She's
Must have been 19 when
maybe
you came
a year
on or
ago.
something.
Hey, listen, but that's what's special about Harlan. We had
I
somebody in
love
their
it.
60s pop up, and we had a
64.
22-year-old pop
That's
up.
what I'm
It's
talking
incredible.
about.
That's what's really going on in Harlan.
Intergenerational.
Truly is.
Everybody wants relationship.
Oh, that's true.
Everybody
Come
does.
on.
And you're 22 years old. You said single, right?
Yes.
Come on.
What question you got?
Okay. I wrote it down so I could stay focused.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel like I've been in what feels like a long single season, and I do feel like content with my singleness, and I'm using that time to like grow spiritually, professionally. But I still feel like I deeply desire marriage one day. So one of my spiritual gifts that I feel like I have is my intuition, and I do believe that comes like from the Holy Spirit. It's like very, very strong. But I sometimes struggle to trust my intuition, and I'll like end up seeing the potential in people, and maybe sometimes give maybe like too much grace, or like reading too much into certain interactions, especially with men. So I guess my question is, how do I stay open to love without letting my desire make me overthink or ignore my discernment?
See, because we're focused on the wrong thing. After you said, the real problem is I don't trust my intuition. That's the problem. You focused on the wrong thing. So your picker's about to be broken. So you're going to continue to repeat the same cycle going, dang, I knew that already about them. Why didn't I listen to myself? So my question is, what has happened or not happened to you at some point in your life where you came to distrust your intuition?
I guess I would say, I mean, it could be like my experiences with dating, like with men, even like friendships where I've like, just wanted to like trust people like so deeply or give them the benefit of the doubt. And
Why
then
you
I
want to
ended
do
up
that?
being
Wait.
disappointed.
What you going to do
Oh,
that
sorry.
for, Harpo? Wait a minute now. You just said that you have been given the gift, the blessing of discernment. You have a powerful intuition. And instead of saying what I want to do is lean into the gift that I've been given and the qualification that I have, instead I want to set that aside and I just want to trust people and give them the benefit of the doubt. Make that make sense. You've been given a key. I mean, if everybody had that. So instead of using what you have to your advantage to recognize and real serious, not everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt. Not everybody means you well. Not everybody is showing up to be that A1 person in your life. So why would you silence the very gift that is your protection? And I just want you to think about that, because sometimes what we want is the person sitting in front of us to give us the experience that we're wanting to have. But if you would just lean into your intuition, you would get exactly what it is that you want, and it will exceed your expectation. Don't sit around playing around with potential and people that don't deserve that from you. Lean into what has been given to you, because also you are blocking the journey that you're supposed to be on. The intuition is supposed to lead you exactly to where you're supposed to be. And you go, no, I know you done gave me that, but I'm going to go this way instead. and he will accept any excuse that you give him. And if you want the disobedience to be the thing that is your teacher, keep going until you break your intuition or it is removed from you in the gifting. So then you will really be uncertain. Is what I hear what I should be leaning on, or now am I in my own understanding? And then you're going to be here at 44 trying to figure out how everything is all messed up because you can't trust any voice that's in your head. Let's be very careful. You got a gift. You got a, listen, all the older folks know exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, yes, yes. And instead of you taking that to go, I've been blessed with this gift. I got the gift of intuition. You go, no, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to choose you anyway.
Yeah,
My intuition tell
right.
me leave you alone, and I'm going to be like, nope, I'm going to go right to you. And I'm going to listen to what you say. Forget what he's telling me. I'm going to listen to you. Come on now.
So how, like, what are some like actionable steps I can take to trust my intuition and follow it
Mindful
and be like,
meditation. You need to learn how to harness that and get in tune with it and turn up the volume on it and build your relationship with your intuition so that when it is speaking to you, nothing else even registers. And the more that you can hear it, the more that you can build that relationship, you will confidently know it like you know your Father's voice. Just keep working in that relationship. Get really in tune with it. What does my intuition sound like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? When I'm operating in that space and I'm in alignment and I'm being communicated with, what experience am I having? And at 22, I'm telling you, by the time whatever is intended for you, you're going to be a bad girl if you do what you're supposed to do.
Agreed.
But don't miss your assignment and your blessing, because that's a qualification that you're being given for whatever you're supposed to do. And if you don't do it, it'll just be given to somebody else.
There you have it. And I'm gonna give y'all a shameless plug as well, because some of y'all need to slow yourselves down and get y'all a nice little journal
for reflection.
Oh, okay.
Let's get very reflective,
She can use that.
y'all.
She can write in there. What does it sound like? What does it feel like? How can I be grateful about what it is that I'm getting and experiencing?
All those things. So get you some. We just lay shot with tools, y'all. We got this tool here because y'all don't be asking the right questions. We got this tool here because y'all don't be reflecting and recording the way we need to. All right, so we got you strapped with what you need. Go to the Hall Initiated store and
You gotta
get
go
your
back
tool
and read
game
it too.
right. All right.
I remember, I think I told him about that, told Initiates about that at the time. Me and Tyshawn was going back and forth about the journal. And he was like, man, when the last time you read your journal? I'm like, man, I ain't never read it. But I write in it. Never, outside of like, when I initially write in it that day, I don't go back and read it. Man, I had opened it up. He was literally sitting, was in my room, or not my room, but my den. And I'm on the couch, the big couch. He's on this little side couch. And he's like, man, yo, open up your journal, And I went to grab it. I sit down, literally just open it up to a random page. And the first thing in there was like, man, I love my bro Tyshawn. I don't know how how I would be doing this business without him. It was like it was an entry from when we first started our business together.
Yes.
That's right. I couldn't help it. And I'm like, oh,
I love it.
And Ty was over there, man, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing.
All choked up. I'm telling you, it is so powerful. Journals are the gift that you give to yourself. I have a client who went home to her parents' home and found her 9-year-old journal. And
when she was 9 years old?
When she was 9 years old, the journal. And it helped her understand
Wow.
family patterns, sibling patterns, things that she didn't realize that she had been experiencing over a long term. And you mentioned chat a little while ago. You can take journals now. I like to have my clients upload sometimes some of their entries, and you can look at it over time and say, show me reoccurring themes, show me my progress,
smart.
Wow.
show me patterns in my thinking, show me faulty thinking, show me emerging themes, there's tons of work that we can do. So like when people talk about how you can leverage AI in your therapeutic journey, the things that we're able to do in partnership or in relationship with some of the technology as therapists is really powerful.
That's incredible.
That's a really great way to use it.
Next
I like
level
that.
ChatGPT.
I'm a really okay. I'm gonna start. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna play with some of the pages and see what I can do with that.
Tyshawn, you're a narcissist. You should go to Dr. Spear to get therapy.
A narcissist wouldn't come to therapy. That's a whole nother conversation.
Sometimes chat do
they
keep it real like that sometimes. But I'll tell you this, y'all. We gotta. I'll tell you, I'm only letting a couple up. Shirley has asked me. Shirley's like, yo, me next. All right, so I'm gonna get Shirley and Lady
next.
And Lady in here, because Lady, I seen you drop your question. Thank you for dropping your question. Shirley, take yourself off mute. We're gonna bring you up next. It is yourself, and if Shirley does not get ready with that mic,
Shirley's about to be ready. Come on,
yeah.
Now. She said me
Hi.
next. She not playing. Hey, Shirley.
There you go. What up, Shirley?
Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
Oh, we blessed, Shirley. Go ahead. First of all, it's kind of throwing me off because you got the name Shirley, but you sound young as hell. You got this young voice. I was expecting Shirley to come up on here sounding 65. How old are you, Shirley?
I get this a lot, but I'm actually 23.
Wow, I never met a 23-year-old Shirley.
That's this Shirley the third.
Why does everyone say this?
It's an older woman's
generation
name.
name.
It's from a different time.
It is Geraldine and
Yes,
Shirley.
but I love my name because there are like even Shirley Chisholm, the first Black Congresswoman. I'm like, ooh, yes, I know that's right, Lord.
Wow.
She said, "Come on."
I like it. I like it.
So I got the age. Give me your location and relationship status.
I am from Florida and I am single.
Okay.
All right. What's the question?
All right. So I too also wrote this down. So like I said, I am single, but I do desire to be married and I do desire to raise a family with my husband one day. And I actually work with kids right now. So if I had things my way, I would have my own kids, but I don't have things my way. And so during this single season, I want to know, how can I, as a young single woman, not show up desperate while also remaining hopeful for my husband, because there are so many other older women that are also in their single seasons. And so because I don't know God's timing for my life, because I don't know God's timing for my life, I find myself kind of bracing myself for that. What if I do find myself further in life still single and not married? How can I be okay with that? And I don't want to spend that time like feeling like I'm missing out on the life that I do desire. So how can I stay hopeful, but also not desperate? Yeah, not desperate, but also hopeful and not shutting myself out, because I am kind of like bracing myself. I don't want a relationship to be my main focus, but that is something I do desire.
Whoa, she got it. All right, because I think.
Why are you laughing at her?
She got it.
Because she really trying to make sure you get this question.
Oh, no, but I got it, though.
I know.
And the answer is, how do we help you undo the story that's driving the desperation? Because here you are in your early 20s, already believing, looking at other people's experiences down the road, seeing older women who are not married, telling yourself that you're in competition with the other women who are around you for your husband, which you not, because your husband is going to be your husband. And you already want to be mom, already locked and loaded at this big old age of how old?
22.
22 or 23?
You 22 or 23?
23.
23.
So
I think it's the name Shirley. I think the name got her trying to live an old life.
Listen, you want to be, here's the thing. You want to be there already. And so because you want to be there already, every second that you are not there feels like purgatory. So you are trying to figure out, how do you survive this single season, instead of recognizing that at 23, you're exactly where you're supposed to be in the journey. And so if you're not careful, you're going to be so excited to be there that the moment that you meet somebody that shows you any attention, you're not going to be able to think clear, because you're going to be like, I got to make the decision right now because I'm in competition. He could be with anybody. My biological clock is ticking. I want to be somebody's mother. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in a starter marriage. How do we help you recognize that your season is not tied to any timeline? And that if you do this right and you trust and you just simply show up in your love, in your life, in your light, that you are going to attract and choose exactly what is for you in a way that exceeds your expectation, instead of this narrative that you have already written that tells you that you are already behind the 8 ball, that the competition is steep, that you do not have a lot of time, and you are going to be spending the rest of your life alone. Because that is going to fuel desperation. And every choice that you make is going to be you masking like you're okay while you are in an absolute panic behind that.
Wow.
Right. How do we help you just relax? Like, and where did this story of desperation come? Who are you listening to? What older women, are you surrounded by aunties and moms and just a whole journey of women who are unmarried but want to be? Like, where did you adopt somebody else's story that is not yours and let this settle into your fiber and into your soul in a way that is triggering panic in you? Where did you learn this?
Wow. Well, I guess maybe recently, because if I'll give you a little timeline, I didn't start off desiring a marriage actually. Like, even being younger, being committed and all of that was actually kind of terrifying to me. I kind of played like during high school and dating and all that. It was more so of like that street mindset, if I'll be honest. So there was this one relationship that I was in that I was like, oh, I actually like this person. I actually do want to be in a relationship. And then that kind of opened my mind. And like, I was like, okay, God, maybe I do desire this. But that didn't work out. But that didn't take away the desire of wanting that.
So Shirley, let me say this. You are not late to the party. You are not behind the 8 ball. That was just the introduction to show you a part of you and what is possible in a dynamic. It was just the introduction, my love. So it was just the opportunity for you to know, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't doing this thing in high school, but I kind of like this liking people thing and having them like me too. So how about then I can really figure this out? What did I like about it? What did it move in me? What do I want more of? What didn't I want in that caused me to let it go? And the better you get in understanding you and getting serious about this, recognizing that you have nothing but time. Let the church say amen. Let all my 40s, 50s, 60-year-old women say amen. Your life mate will be with you for forever. So let me just ask you one more question real quick, Shirley. How long you plan to live? Best guess, if you have it your way and it exceeds your expectation. How long, what decade do you plan to try to touch if you can?
90s at least.
Okay. So my love, you've got 70 more years. 70. You got 4 times the amount of time that you've already lived. You've got nothing but time. How do you calm and satisfy and relieve the desperation so that you can enjoy the ride that is your life? You are not looking for a moment. You are looking for a journey. How do you settle in and enjoy every second of it?
There you go. First of all, Shirley, please take that with you, because as soon as you said what you said, I was pissed off. I'm like, she want to get to.
She doesn't know yet. She doesn't know. She got it, and she was like, oh my gosh, I've been missing out. Oh, and if I've been missing out, then I'm behind. And if I'm behind, everybody else has already started, and they're already into it, and they know it better than me. And wait a minute, then there's all these women in front of me, and they're trying to get a man too, and I'm already late. And then it just feeds this wheel of panic that says I'm going to be alone, and I have to brace myself. She don't even realize she just got up off the couch and was like, oh, they having a party? Let me go see what's going on down there. She ain't even got dressed yet. She ain't even got she ain't even ready yet. She is just learned about. So you know exactly.
So and that's why they say one of the acronyms they use for fear is false evidence appearing real.
Listen,
because literally,
I actually have that written down too.
First of all, you off the show, just so you know. All right? So go ahead and mute this woman here. It was nice, Shirley. Thank you so much for Shirley. But the thing about it is, it's like the things that we're usually terrified of has never happened and probably won't even happen.
Well, but
We're
that's
just
what anxiety
creating-
does.
Yeah.
Right? Anxiety makes you worry as a form of protection. But what is happening is her anxiety is in overdrive. So instead of it protecting her to actually make her get up and keep doing it and really get this skill, it's in overdrive. So it's caused her to panic to make sure that the very thing that she is afraid of doesn't happen. Her anxiety is really trying to help her get a mate, but it is overdrive. So instead she's thinking, I gotta have it right now, otherwise I'm gonna just miss out on the very thing that I want, and I didn't even know that I wanted it. She just gotta learn how to.
I usually hear that saying, that disposition is usually for the ladies that call up here around 29, 30. That's when that disposition kicks in. So
That's that biological
at
clock
23
and all the
years old, baby,
stories they've been
please.
told.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
all
Lot
the
of fear.
stories they've been told, and I always have to tell them, honey, I had my last 2 children in my 40s. Relax, you got plenty of time.
You got time, Shirley. I hope you got that
promise you.
message, my love, because you got time, all right? This is the last call we taking, and I'm
Okay.
going to do
Who
it
is it?
because
Who
she
is it?
dropped the
Who is it?
question. I think it's my sister. I think what's her name was Lady. Let me just call her Lady tonight because I think she anonymous anyway. Lady, take yourself off the take yourself off mute, Lady.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, lady?
I'm good. How are you?
We doing good, lady. You in the
That
bathroom? or
sounds
something?
real flirty with some echo
Yes,
too.
I am. I had to run away from my sister. She's sleeping. It's like 5:00 a.m. Where I am.
Wait,
Where you at, lady?
Calling in from Zimbabwe, Harare.
Wow. So she getting a good morning stretch in. You
getting
about to
the
talk
morning
to Dr. Spirit.
stimulation in right now, 5 a.m. in the morning on a call with Dr. Spirit. This is crazy
Shout
right
out
now.
to Zimbabwe.
Big shout out to
She
Zimbabwe.
is like a mentor to me. Like she doesn't know it, but she is.
I know now. Hi.
What's your relationship status?
Single, 29.
29, single in Zimbabwe. I just really want to know what the date market's like in Zimbabwe. How is it out there? How the brothers in Zimbabwe?
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's a universal experience.
That sounds like Atlanta.
Well, you know, we are everywhere. We from the continent.
That's
Come on
facts.
now.
Yeah. True.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
What's your question?
We might need Dr. Spirit on the side. My question, it's in 2 parts. Like I said in the chat, like how do you resolve a wound whilst you're like still living with your mother and without building resentment? And also how does that mother wound like show up in the relationship?
Oh, those are great questions.
First off, that's a good man. Don't even get me started on that.
Why? Did that traumatize you?
That's just the story of my life. Like, yeah, I mean, you see it so often. I've had a lot of friends in that situation where, you know, the mom, and regardless of the age, the mom is living with the daughter is living with
Still
the mother
living together.
and it's like they love each other clearly because they still occupying the same space, but they also despise each other at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
if you happen to be the level-headed one in the household, or even outside the household, in my case, then literally your phone rings is one of them. Then as soon as you put the phone down, you
It's the
the other one.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you know.
I be seeing it happen, man.
Yeah, he sees it happen.
Ryan, literally, let me tell y'all don't even understand how much patience this brother Ryan got. Ryan he ready for fatherhood, husband life, all of that, because he been really playing them roles for a while. In his house. I see it. But I want to hear this one because how does, and just for anybody that might be in a situation where you have issues with your mom right now, drop a me in the chat. I want to see where the chat is even on that. I hear that women in particular communicate that. We even say that in our community, 2 queens can't live in 1 castle. That's like a well-known thing.
Yeah.
I remember my mom growing up in a house with because my mom had me at 16 years old. So we was still in my grandma's house.
Yeah.
That relationship, woo-wee. But she communicated. It got so much better once they actually moved and got some distance. That's when it did improve. But a lot of women living in them kind of situations. How do they handle that?
Yeah. Well, it's the same whether it's a daughter or a son, right? Because the mother wound is the first person that you've ever loved, and you've come literally out of their bodies. So, one, you have to know that you cannot get well in the same place that's making you sick. Okay, so you are going to have to find other places and spaces to get the chosen maternal energy that will heal you. You will not be able to get that from your mother. The other part of this is you have to learn your mother's story. And what I mean by that is that if you can understand her story, you can empathize with this is who she is and why she is in a way that you can understand, but still make space to accept the mother that I need is not the mother that I have, nor will I ever have in her. And it will free you from trying to continually pull her into a relationship that's not possible, because it will allow you to humanize her and see her for who she is. She will not just be your mother. She will be another woman who has had her own life, her own dreams, her own hopes, her own sadness, her own trauma, her own disappointment. And all of a sudden you can separate the need for a mother, which is the fantasy, from the actual woman who birthed you. Okay, and so when you can begin to make that separation, things will change for you, because you will just naturally begin to see, given who she is and what she's experienced, how could she be what you need her to be? You'll see how it becomes impossible. But how it also shows up, because you asked two questions, how it shows up in your life and in your relationship depends on the wound that has occurred. So if that wound is abandonment, that's one kind of wound. If it's neglect, if it's neglect, that's another kind of wound. And sometimes people confuse abandonment and neglect as one and the same. Abandonment is that they go away from you. Neglect is that they don't consistently love you well. And so if you've experienced neglect but not abandonment, then sometimes they can be physically present. I provide a roof for you. I provide food for your belly. I show up for you and keep you clean. But where they are abandoning you is in your emotional well-being, in your psychological well-being, in your physical safety. You have to understand where the wound is to know that that will cause impairment in how you function in that area. And you may continue to choose experiences that recreate that. In your friendships, in your romantic relationships, in your work relationships, everywhere you go, you will continue to experience the same wound over and over until you heal it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It does.
And so, lady, do you know the wound that your relationship with your mother has caused in you? Do you know its name?
I think it's abandonment, like what you were saying, because like my parents are like pastors at the church that they're leading. We actually like removed ourselves from that church. It was kind of getting toxic. So we are now at our own church, and we're also now kind of like leaders there, but then there's more like freedom, because at least we don't see each other like every like 24/7. Like at least there's one day that we don't get to see one another. But then she also goes out most of the time, and it feels like there's no that like relationship like where I can actually tell her what's going on and stuff like that. And I know that there has to be like a line that between like she's my mother, she's not my friend. I can't be telling her everything that I would tell my friend. But then I'm like, okay, what if I get married and then I get out of the house, and then it's like, will there be a reason for me to come back?
Yeah.
So that's my anxiety is that will I even like, because it's easy then like when I'm outside and I'm done with my degree and I live my own life, it's easy to then just be like for it to be an afterthought to come and see her or see the family. But me and my dad have a very great relationship, and I would have loved it if my mom was like my dad.
Yeah.
Because my dad is that kind of person that would ask you, is everything okay? Are you fine? Finds me giggling and he wants to know about me. So, but with my mom, it's like she doesn't have that curiosity. And even when I do try to engage, it's like she plays up and then I get also defensive and then we get into it and yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me, and I could be wrong, but my version of your version is that you and your mother actually suffer the same affliction, which is a wound in emotional intimacy.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, your mother was wounded in a way that has made her emotionally unavailable. And then that caused her to also be emotionally unavailable with you. And so what you long for is an emotional, intimate connection with her. And when you go to her trying to get that and elicit that from her, it triggers her and then causes her to flare up, to push you back, to fight back from you. And you escalate because your feelings are hurt now because you want some emotion from her. She can't tolerate the emotion. Maybe it even hurts her or frustrates her that she can't. And so now you guys are caught up in the trauma bond with each other and nobody has healed. Yeah, that's tough. And so if you're not careful, what will happen is, because I hear since she hasn't established the proper emotional connection with you, that if you continue the relationship when you leave home, it will be from a place of responsibility or obligation, not necessarily from a place of connection. She hasn't done the work to connect to you, so you don't feel the obligation to really come back and engage her because there's no meaningful intimacy between you.
Exactly.
Yes, I get it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, just remember that there's a difference between biological family and chosen family. And just because you haven't had that meaningful, intimate connection with that woman as your mother does not mean that you can't have that experience at some point in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
That's
I'm
heavy
sending
right
you
there.
all the maternal love right now. Only 29. I'm
Thank you.
old enough. You're like my oldest child's age. So I'm sending you all the maternal energy. I love you bunches, and eventually I'll get there to see you in Zimbabwe.
There you have it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, lady.
Much love to you, lady. Man, that's such a truth
Yeah.
right there.
Thank you,
Because
guys. Thank you.
My pleasure.
You got to
my
go after
pleasure.
that too, because it'll keep festering.
Over and over.
Yeah, it don't just
over
go
and
away.
over and over, because what you'll do is you'll be longing to feel that emotionally meaningful connection all the time, but you'll choose what's familiar, which will be emotionally unavailable. And then she has the comparison between her father and her mother. So she's comfortable in the father or the maternal energy. So most likely it will come in her relationships with women. She'll find herself in conflict in the workplace and with girlfriends and with sisterhood and all of that, because it's the maternal relationship that's fragmented. It's tough.
I think when you said that chosen family, oh man, that chosen family could just straight heal you.
Absolutely, in the most profound of ways.
Most
And your
profound.
chosen family can include your biological family. But what it says is, I'm not obligated to entertain experiences that I don't want to have. Right?
Yeah.
You can put them, you can keep them, but take a step back to open up your life to make room for places and spaces that will fill you and that will create the experience that you want to have. You don't have to keep banging your head up against the wall to the white meat trying to get somebody to give you an experience that they are not capable of giving you. That will just continue to feed the cycle for a lifetime, and you will never be satisfied, and neither will they.
And some of y'all gonna really have to sit back and make some big decisions.
It's hard.
Because some of us don't need to be taking some of our biological family into 2026. Some of us
Listen.
gonna really have to make some hard decisions, because that might be one of the things directly linked to a lot of the struggles that you
Yeah.
might be having mentally, spiritually, emotionally, on all levels.
Yeah.
So that's just something that you really gonna have. Luckily for me, I never had a big issue with understanding that, because I felt like I was just always blessed with so much chosen family.
Well, see, a young man is different. It's different.
I don't even think it's young man for me. Is because, one, I never knew my biological father. So like one half of my family already gone. My mom's family really wasn't super duper tight. Most of the men I actually knew that really raised me up were close friends of my stepfather. So like all the people that I was always tight and had most influence on my life was never really biological. So I was never influenced personally by my biological family because we just don't have a tight-knit family, which I think also, I'm reflecting on this, is why that's probably a core value in what I wanted in my wife.
Come on.
Because even, I was telling my little brother this, I grew up in a house where people even just on a biological level didn't even look like me. I look very different than everybody in my house, which is why I wanted to have, like, I want to have, like, the photos by the Christmas tree.
Yeah, the semblance of you reflected back to you.
Oh, I wanted that so bad. That was just very important to me.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's, man, get y'all some chosen family, y'all.
It matters. It matters. And the hard part for a lot of people is the letting go of the belief that if I stop chasing this person, then what does that mean in who will be my person? Right? If I stop trying to make my mother mother me, then who is going to be my mother? This is the only mother that I have. But that also is a choice. And also that is not a mother that you necessarily need. So as long as you keep trying to make something happen that is not possible there, you will lose out on actually having the experience that you want. And it's totally possible. And you can make room in your life and in your heart for multiple people, right? We do it all the time. We love all of our cousins. We love all of our aunties, all of our uncles, all of our friends, everything. But when we get to moms and dads, some people learn you can only have one. It's just not true. You got moms, godmoms, mothers-in-laws, aunties in love, mothers in the church, right? We've got all of these things. We just have to expand and stop needing a certain person to give us an experience and recognize the certain person is us. And we can give ourselves any experience that we choose. There are over 7 billion people on this planet. We can have any experience that we choose, and it can exceed our expectation. 7 billion. The possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless. First
Choose
of all,
well and wise.
Dr. Spirit is back on Hardly Initiated, y'all.
It's a classic.
Oh, it's a classic.
I
This
love
is a
y'all.
4-hour
Are you
episode.
serious? Take me home. My
Close
kids
to
are
it.
going to kill me. I got to get up in the morning.
Yes, please.
We
We
got
don't,
you.
want- we don't need to cause no trauma in this woman's family. We about to let her go back
They're
to
gonna
her
kill
home.
me because I'm not getting up. I'm going to be laying right there asleep. They're going to be jumping. Wake up, mommy. You shouldn't have been out with them all night. Wake up. Take me to school.
First of all, Chris Cross, you crazy. Chris Cross said Tyshawn Daddy White. Y'all better
Who
stop.
said that?
First of all, you need to the way you chatting in here. You need to be a member of the chat here. Y'all can go ahead.
Be a
that's,
member.
that's one of the best ways to support y'all. Them little badges right next to everybody's name in the chat.
It means
I love
something.
everybody with a badge. I love everybody with a badge because that's how you support.
The super chats as well.
Shout out to all my super chatters.
Because Dr. Spirit, can you give us a quick take on these real quick?
Okay, let's go.
Ain't no such thing as a quick take.
I will. I'll
Well,
give you like
okay.
60 seconds or less.
60
Yeah.
seconds.
30
therapy
seconds or
in
less.
30.
What you want?
What are some key areas one should discover in their single season to determine compatibility in relationship?
Who they are, what their trauma is, and the experience that they are trying to have in the future that they want. How do you go and choose somebody if you don't know where you're trying to go and what you're trying to experience with them? And then how do you make sure that they're wanting the same journey as you?
Good.
All right,
good.
she did it. Therapy
One
in
more.
30,
Wait,
guys.
one more.
We got
one
therapy
more.
in 30.
One
Go
more.
ahead.
How do you differentiate a partner from a trauma bond dressed as revelation when you've been conditioned to confuse intensity with connection?
Because love is not necessarily about intensity. That only lasts for about 12 to 18 months. When the dopamine wears off, is this a new experience or is it a recycled experience with just a different name and a different face?
Wow. A lot of people live in recycled experiences.
And she did that. So she actually did get out of that game. Matter of fact, that's how we doing super chats from now on.
Okay,
I want to do
30
the super
and what'd you
chats.
call it?
Because we want you to come
Therapy
up.
30.
We want you to come up. I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
big
got
facts.
you.
But I do want them super chats though, so I really do support. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, shout out to
for
Coach
going ahead and
Michelle,
doing that.
Byron Waters, Slave of Christ, Miss Angela,
Yes.
7 Law Unique, everybody.
And shout out to everybody that also, man, listen, I'm telling you, we are a viewer-driven and supported channel. Everybody that has sent us anything via PayPal and Cash App is just as important as the Super Chats, because those help keep these bright lights on the set
Big
on.
facts.
All right? So thank y'all so much for everything you guys do. Big shout out to all of my subscribers to the channel. If I have anybody new watching tonight that still has not subscribed to Harley Initiated, press it real quick. Just press it real quick. Just go ahead and press that thing real quick. And don't be shy to go ahead and look at the HI store, because we have literally every tool that we have brought has been requested thousands of times by our people. Your problems, we create them based on the need of our people. So check it out, because we most likely got something that you need. And watch this. If you put, what's the code to give it? Let's save him some money. What's the code to give him 10% off?
Live, L-I-V-E.
Put L-I-V-E in there, you'll get 10% off. All right, so we're going to hook you
Shout
up.
out to Chris, too. Chris Cross. She put pressure on her. She joined.
Thank you. Talking about
she on top.
Budget. Go ahead. Now, we in your budget. Now, I love it. Thank you so much, Chris Cross. How about this? Is there anything happening? Like, Dr. Spirit, because I think the line to get therapy from you is like how long?
I don't know, but I do after hours work. So
You doing it
mean
right
like
now?
if somebody? No. I actually do concierge services after hours. So like after I close my regular clinic, I will open up sometimes to see people once in a blue moon. If somebody is like, I really need to talk to you.
Need it.
Yeah, I'll do a session with them. I'll do a session with your folks. Just tell them to call and ask for after hours service.
Where they calling? Where they gotta go?
866-36-T2SBH. 866-36-T2SBH, or they can do info@T2SBH. Or if they're just confused, they can find me at Talk to Spirit everywhere, and my team will kind of manage and monitor that. And, I'll take care of your people. Your people are my people. I love them.
See that?
I love them.
Su casa, mi casa.
¿Tú hablas español?
Poquito.
Yeah, sí. It's okay.
You know,
It's okay. We'll still let you come to the.
So she talked about my daddy was white. My daddy Puerto Rican, actually. All right, he ain't white.
Boricua.
Right. All right. Yeah. Crazy. That's a whole nother episode, because I thought I was Haitian my whole life. Then I found out I was Puerto Rican. Identity crisis.
Wow.
Super ratchet.
Wow.
Okay.
Super ratchet story.
Okay, the identity crisis.
Oh yeah.
But look at you now. Resilience.
Yes.
With a whole wife and everything.
Yes.
Wearing all the hats. So proud of you. Come on.
And correcting her when she needed. All right?
Nah, that's a whole nother conversation. I got you, girl. We ain't letting them do it.
Hey, look, we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just so you guys can keep in mind, next Thursday, what is next Thursday, y'all? It's Thanksgiving. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a special live on Wednesday night. We got Mrs. Toy Banks coming up here.
The most satisfied
wife. All right? That's going to be a very fun show. This is pre-Thanksgiving, so it's going down on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So make sure, I want y'all to have that Thursday with y'all families, all right? Wednesday night is here, 7 p.m. on Hardly Initiated. And who knows, we may throw something in on Monday and Tuesday just to make sure we give y'all a little makeup show.
Yeah.
We'll try to see if we put something together. So just make sure you turn your notifications on so you know what's happening. But y'all already know how we do it. Hardly Initiated.
Farewell
We
to you,
are
my friend.
out.